Hello, I'm Planks, and welcome to ESA Winter 2021. When the scheduling team first reviewed Pengy's run, they were understandably reluctant to accept it due to its extreme length. However, rather late on into the process, we decided this is an online marathon and we make the rules, and thus this year's ESA Winter pre-show is born. I want to remind you all at home that this marathon is about giving. In the year of COVID, it's easy to forget that chronic illness such as Alzheimer's is hurting more than ever. And that is the charity we are raising money for all of this week. The Swedish charity Alzheimer Fonden is a granting charity. It helps boost the budgets of Alzheimer's research projects all around the world. In just a moment, I'll hand over to Pengyy and the first donation reader, Agama, but first I'd like to shout out our sponsors. ViewSonic Elite and Twitch, who support ESA year-round and have made it possible to keep working on this event in 2020. And Koei Tecmo Europe, who are promoting the launch of Neo 2 Complete Edition on PC. Without any further ado, let us begin ESA Winter 2021 and welcome Pengyy with his Skies of Arcadia 100% run. Take it away.
Thank you, Planks. Hi, everybody. My name is Pengyy. I was here for ESA Summer to do any percent, and I had such a good time that I thought we'd come back and do Hundo for all of y'all. I'm excited. I've got a couple of commentators coming on by, not for a while though. So we're gonna get started, and I guess I can count down whenever we're ready to go. So 3, 2, 1. Go. And I'm joined by Agama, who I like that we've sort of gotten the crew back together. We have a bunch of the same host/donation readers as we had last time. Agama was part of the any percent run. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing just fine. I'm very hyped to again be part of this incredible run. This time 100%, 20 hours. So I'm not going to be here for all of it, but the first 6 hours are mine. Let's go.
Not here for all of it. Now that's what we call a casual right there. All right, so I guess I should explain a little bit about the differences between Hundo and any percent. Any percent, for those of you who missed it, pretty simple. You beat the game really fast, as you know, as we tend to do for any percent runs. Hundo is a little different. So with Hundo, basically, we need to get all of the recruitments, we need to get all of the chests, we need to get all of the discoveries, we need to get all of the bounties completed, so that's a bunch of optional bosses. We need to complete the dockside quest, which means get all of the moonfish, turn those in, and beat Piastol 4 times, another optional boss. And then we need to get Vise the Legend, which is going to be the tedious part. Now, Vise the Legend has all of those as other prerequisites, but there's 2 other prerequisites, which will take us a little bit hours from now. And those are, basically, we need to defeat 12 non-story ship battles, which are easy enough. And we need to kill 2,500 enemies, which is, we'll spend a long time flying in circles doing that. Not too long. I mean, it's 3.5 hours, which is quite long, but it used to be a lot worse. So we've improved that quite a bit over the past year. Shoutouts to Mini Retin and Mario Naharis, who have been 2 of the main folks alongside me routing Hundo, especially Mario, most recently. And yeah, technically this is not a break the record live stream, but I'm gonna be doing my best. The last run I had died at the end, but it was very, very handily on record pace, so we'll try. Oh, and also, just another question that is a commonly asked question regarding long runs like this. How do you eat? How do you take breaks? Well, ship battles are a thing, and basically ship battles are battles where we queue up 4 attacks. Our opponents also queue up 4 attacks, and all of those animations happen in a row. So every turn is basically a 1.5 minutes of animations, even longer on some of the longer bosses who have longer animations, like Blueheim. So those are great opportunities to sort of get up, I have some store-bought sandwiches that I bought yesterday that I'll be grabbing during those fights. And yeah. So the current world record is 15 hours, 59 minutes, and 26 seconds. And I am aware that you might look at the estimate and go, wow, you estimated for 30 seconds slower than record. That's optimistic. My last run was on a 1930 pace. So I think we'll be okay as long as we don't get terrible, terrible RNG. Everything should be pretty fine here.
There's one thing that you have not yet talked about.
What's that?
There's a thing that we also had at the run in summer, the 80% run. There are some incentives and bid wars. Maybe you want to talk about them a bit?
Yeah, so the main bid war, the one that made us a lot of money in the summer, is the flag bid war. So there are 3 flags that we can choose later on in the run. We're going to be choosing one of them to represent our ship. It also changes the color of our main ship slightly, very, very slightly. The 3 options are the FINA flag, which is a sort of a blue background with a dolphin in the front. Very nice flag. I like it a lot. The Vise flag, which is just a normal little piratey flag. It's also blue in the background. The upside about the Vise flag is that it saves 1 frame because it's the one that's picked by default, and I don't have to change the option. So if you want to save 1 frame, the Vise flag is the flag for you. And you might laugh at that, but the first ever sub 11 hour any percent run was sub 11 by 1 frame, so it matters. And then the other option is the Ica flag, which is a cat flag. It's like it's pink background, like a cat holding a coin. Yeah, this fight's already gone really badly, so that's fun. I'm probably gonna have to heal before the boss. It's a little unfortunate. We have 2 other incentives that are not bid wars. They're more standard sort of incentives. One of those is basically there's an option like a super move called Blue Rogues, which is available in the late game. And in that option, basically every recruited member of our crew does an animation, and it's very over the top and pretty good. And when I say good, I don't mean like it's a good attack, but it's pretty over the top and it's fun. So that's going to be an incentive. We're going to kill a boss with that attack once if we hit that incentive. And then the other incentive is that we will... this is very math-oriented, so I might miss it, but I'll do my best to deal the final killing blow on Ramirez, the final boss, with Final Cupel, which is very funny for those of you who know what Cupel is. I'll explain that a little bit more when we get Cupel. But basically, yeah, those are the incentives that we've got going on today. And yeah. We also, as a fun little side note, Skies of Arcadia was the highest earning game for ESA Summer. So the sort of side goal is to be the highest earning game again. Let's make some charity money, friends.
I mean, we have 20 hours to do that, yeah.
Exactly.
So I guess it's...
that's the quiet part. You're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud. That the Skies run was also by far the longest run last time. We take the credit without the caveats.
Oh yeah, of course. If I have a second,
yeah,
we already have the first donation.
Hell yeah, let's go.
It's $15 by Zephyr the Excellent Ninja. Good afternoon, good people, watching this most excellent stream on such a fine day. I just wanted to say that Skies of Arcadia is a really good game, and I look very much forward to seeing at least part of this run. 20 hours is a lot of time, so a very big good luck to Pengyy. $15 to get started with the bid war. Fina is finest. Hashtag cats are nice, but Ica is not an artist.
I like that one. Congrats on being the first donor. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna jump into the first boss fight here. This first split went very poorly, but the nice thing about a run this long is that by very poorly, we lost like, I don't know, like 45, 50 seconds. We have 20 more hours to make that back, so it should be fine. It's gonna be great. I have splits open that you guys can't see, so when it comes to, if we're on record pace, I'll get you guys hyped a little bit. If I don't mention anything, we're not on record pace. Okay, so this first boss is relatively simple. You'll notice that I healed before the fight. Normally I wouldn't do that. Normally in a run, even in a hundo run, you just YOLO into the boss fight. If he kills you, whatever, reset the. It's only 10 minutes, but obviously this is not exactly a reset conducive area, being on a marathon and all. So we're just gonna go on in. Usually he's fine. If he decides to be a little bit of a douche, all it's going to do is cost us a little bit of time, as I'm going to need to heal a little bit. But normally he shouldn't cause too much of an issue. He has an attack called Thunder of Fury, which does a lot of damage and is also an AoE, so we want to avoid that. But he'll probably use it at least once. Yeah. This is even worse because if he targets Vise, it only hits Vise. If he targets Ica, it hits both. Kinda sucks. If I can get a counterattack here, that'd be cool. Alright, that compensates for the miss earlier. I'm just going to take this super safe. We're going to lose a bunch of time, but it's fine. The early bosses can go very, very awry if you let them, so... But as long as you're, like, being careful, it's okay. And because we're getting all the chests, we're going to have an abundance of healing items, so I'm not really concerned about that. Alright, that's good. Assess damage is basically him not doing anything, so we won't need to go for the second heal. Ica can tank one more hit. Alright, a crit from Vise probably kills here. Hey! Sometimes lucky. Very nice. That's the first boss.
That was easy.
How many more are left? How many bosses are there in this run?
I don't know offhand. Let's see. I don't know how many are in the game normally. I'm gonna say like around 30 are in the any % run. Then we have like 6 more or 5 more optional bosses that are wanted battles, 4 PS stall fights. Let's go for a low estimate of 50.
Okay. Do I have time to read another donation?
Yeah, whenever you want to jump in, feel free to jump in.
Nice, will do. We got another one going towards the flag bid war. This time it's from username Niels. $100, which says,
Damn.
no Ica flag this year. This is the year of Fina.
Yeah, let's go.
And if I remember correctly, the Ica flag won last time.
Yes.
Which it got sniped last second with like
Yes.
a $500 donation, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild. I was representing the Vise flag last year. We had myself, Beamow. We had myself, Beamow, and 7th Armstrong. Beamow will be back to shill for the Ica flag in about an hour. I'm gonna be repping the Fina flag this time because Armstrong has some health issues that allowed him to, or did not allow him to join us on the casting desk, or on the commentary desk. So I will be representing the Fina flag for him today. Vise flag is, you know, we see that in all my other runs. So
Yeah, also, I think we should get some kind of buffer on the Fina flag, because if the cat people of the internet come in last second,
exactly,
get like those big donations in, and we still want to have the Fina flag, then you should get into your donations now to give us a nice buffer over the cat people.
Exactly. So text options, like we just saw, are actually super important in both categories, more so in hundo. So in any %, you'll notice at the beginning of an any % run, I will pick the wrong quote-unquote option for the first like 2 hours every time we have a text option. That's because of swashbuckler rating. Basically, the text options give you swashbuckler points or take away swashbuckler points. And in an any percent run, we want low swashbuckler rating early on because it gives you a title called Vise the Coward, which increases your chances of running away. But in Hundo, we don't run from any fights because running from fights, lowers your swashbuckler rating, and there is a minimum threshold of swashbuckler rating you need to achieve Vise the Legend. So we're gonna run from maybe 25 fights in the entire run. And that number goes down every time I accidentally pick the wrong text option. So we're gonna be doing our best to not mess up.
Is the wrong text option always the lower one, or do you just remember every text option in the game?
I have them in my notes. My Hundo notes are 45 pages long. So it notes out pretty much everything you need for this kind of a run.
Okay.
Alright.
Hey,
If you hear my button mashing, guys, this is a little bit of a fun fact. The optimal way to mash text in Skies is by mashing both the A and the B button. The reason for that is it's a little bit weird. So the B button doesn't actually advance the text, but what it does is it completes the text. So you can't click B to continue to the next text box, but you can click B to like cancel out one A input that you need. So if you hear me mashing very hard, it's because the optimal way to mash is by mashing both A and B.
All right, I will jump in here with another donation.
Sure.
We got $5 from Shoshi19 saying hello. So, hello Shoshi19.
Hello. I just took a bite of my bagel, I'm sorry.
Is that also in your notes? Like when to eat?
No, it's really just kind of whenever I'm hungry and have a ship battle. Because the ship battles are about every hour or so. Every hour or two, there's a ship battle, which creates a good opportunity to take a break.
I see. We have another donation. It's $20 from Oladin. Let's get that super hyper combo move to display. Also, Agama hype. Oladin is one of my colleagues from work, so thank you for coming in and thank you for donating.
And also, yes, Agama hype. I'm hype. Not only is Agama coming back, we've got Mod coming back later. He was here for the first one. We're putting together a real crew. It's great.
Yeah, it's actually I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be part of this run again. It was so much fun last year. It was the best 3 hours of the whole summer, I would say.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. So to give you guys a rundown of how this game is gonna go, like with Hundos, especially in like JRPGs, I know that some of you out there might be a little bit scared about like, is there gonna be a moment where we stand around and grind for half of the run? And no, but actually yes. It isn't that bad. It's not as bad as some JRPGs. There will be a 3.5 to 4 hour portion where we are just killing enemies though. Which is the worst part. The rest of the run is not grindy at all. All of the grinding is just in that one portion. So it's not like there's like grinding sped out, like placed out around the game. So if you guys are looking for a time to take a nap and you want to be here for the rest of the run, that's a great time for all of you to go nap and come back for the end. The grinding portion is about 13 hours into the run.
I should make like a clock. It's counting down, like a countdown to 13 hours.
It's right after Yelagar, if you guys are familiar with the storyline. So Yelagar is the final Gigas that we fight, like the final big ship battle before the end game.
Thank you so much. Yay!
Hey, so there's a hidden chest back here. Gonna be grabbing real quick.
And we have another donation. This time it's from someone that you already talked about. It's Mod366.
Hey!
It's a $10 donation saying, "Yo Pengyy, good luck on the run, you absolute madman. This is going to be such a great pre-show. I don't even know if the marathon will be able to compare. Looking forward to joining you as a host in a couple of hours. Money goes towards Ica's flag, cause Cookie Crusaders are the best." And those are the first $10 towards Ica's flag. Also, I'm fairly sure there'll be plenty of games that will be great during the course of the marathon. So keep tuning in over the course of the whole week.
Yeah, not only, and I'm not the only Skies runner this time around. I'm the only person running Skies, obviously. But Mini Retin, who currently holds the record for this category, is going to be running... I don't remember which Zelda game. I think he's doing a Link to the Past race. So go cheer him on as well. We have a bunch of chests here that I used to grab in any percent way a long time ago, that I don't anymore, but we're gonna grab them now. This is one of the most stressful part of this run is that you're never really sure if you forgot a chest until you're checking and there's no way back. So we're talking to a couple of optional NPCs as well at the beginning of the game, just to sort of bank a couple extra swashbuckler points. Each run, or each one extra swashbuckler point gives us 3 runs, because if you run 3 times, you lose 1 swashbuckler point. So that's really nice. It gives us the ability to run a little bit more. We're basically not gonna run in the early game. You'll notice that despite the fact that I have those runs available, I will not be running except in very specific circumstances in the early game. The runs are mostly for a couple of dungeons later on, where there's a bunch of really big dudes that are not fast to kill. The upside about the chests, though, is that when B-Mao comes by, I've already told him I want him to have the notes open so he can nudge me if I'm potentially gonna forget something. You guys like Metal Gear Solid? We have a ladder right now that can compare with the best. 27-second ladder climb here. Always a good time. Thankfully, we get teleported back down afterwards. We don't have to climb back down, but we will have to climb back down later in the run.
All right, we have another donation.
Cool.
And again, it's from username Niels. $20. And it says, $10 to Ica, you say? Then how about $20 to Fina's flag?
Yes, Niels.
Let's go. I remember that name from last time. He got in some donations last time too.
Yes,
I'm pretty
I remember it as well. Okay. So the beginning of the game is a little bit... lethargic is the word I'd use. A lot of cutscenes, a lot of mashing, as you'd expect from a story-based RPG. They need to sort of get the story going. But as speedrunners, we don't care about the story too much, so it just gives me a good opportunity to just warm up my hands, to warm up my mashing. We're about to get into the second dungeon. I guess, like, really the first dungeon. Like, the opening area doesn't really count. So, this next dungeon is, it's not, like, hugely problematic in the context of a marathon, right? Like, it's not gonna kill the run, but if I'm just streaming, this dungeon kills the run a lot. It's because there's a decent chance you lose like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, in which case if I was just doing normal PB attempts, I'd just be like, all right, we go a game, it's fine. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And if it's really nice, then we'll get a nice chunky time save. So we'll see how it goes. Meantime, though, I have one more chest to grab. And we gotta talk to Mom as well. Mom's gonna give us some big healing crystals. Sacres crystals.
All right, then I will jump in with a little bit longer donation now.
Yeah.
All right, we got $100 from Arcadia Legend.
Ooh.
Arcadia
Hi,
Legend
Arcadia.
here. Greetings to ESA staff, tech crew, mods, and viewers. I just want to make a donation on behalf of the entire Skies of Arcadia speedrunning community. Thank you so much for giving a category like 100% a chance to shine. It is a long category, but it has had so much work put into it by some great and talented people. I'm happy their hard work gets to be shown on a big stage like this. Now, a word to Pengyy. Crush it, my dude. You got this. I wish you the best of luck on the run. Show everyone what Hundo is all about. Donation goes to Fina's flag on behalf of Armstrong, who I know would support that. Donate for the flag, everyone, and other incentives as well. Let's do this!
Thank you, Arcadia Legend. Arcadia Legend is one of the 2 or 3 people that I call the encyclopedias of this game. If I ever have a question, I'm just like, hey, Arcadia Legend, how does this random mechanic work? And I get an answer that's always right. Great. Also a very talented runner. She's held the world record in any percent multiple times. Check her out. And every time she comes back with a new run, it's always because she has a new routing. Maybe not a full new route, but like some really cool new routing. So that's always fun. Okay, so we're about to jump into... This is actually what I would call a perfect encounter in any percent. Because in any percent, I wouldn't have quite as much XP, and this would be just enough to hit level 4 before hitting the island. It's still nice here. So, generally speaking, in most areas, the most enemies that can spawn is 7. There's a couple areas where, for some reason, 8 enemies are able to spawn. So, generally speaking, we always want encounters... Like, if we're in a position where we can, like, one-shot the whole encounter like that, we always want as many enemies as possible, because we have to hit that, 2,500 enemy kill count. So, the more we can knock off before the grind starts, the shorter the grind is gonna be. So this is Shrine Island. There are a couple of enemies here that are a little bit monka. The first one is Flestix, so the most common enemy. They get one-shotted by Pyre, and normally they're not much of a problem. But the way speed works in this game is it's not like Pokemon, right? In Pokemon, if my Cinderace has 178 speed and your Charizard has 154 speed, my Cinderace goes first 100% of the time. In this game, the higher your quick stat, all it does is it increases the chance for the character to go first. So there is a chance that the slowest thing on the field goes first. So Flestix, if they do outspeed us and they hit us, there's a 50% chance that they put whoever they hit to sleep. So it can get very annoying. But usually... Oh, see, here's a good example of a 7 fight, right? And as long as Ica goes first, everything will be fine. Vise does not get put to sleep. Doesn't really matter because Ica went second, but status conditions do not continue outside of battle, so that's fine. But still, yeah, that's really nice. Good money. If I get a lot of money, I'll do a strat called YOLO Merchant, which I would never do in any percent in a speedrun, on a marathon rather. But in Hundo, because I have more money anyway from taking more fights, if I have the money, I'll do YOLO Merchant, which basically means that we're going to save about 2 minutes. There's an NPC that's a merchant, hence the name, called the Mystery Merchant, who spawns 50% of the time at the next city we're gonna go to. And normally speaking, hold on, this and that. Normally, why are they outspeeding her so much? Oh my lord, is she gonna go to bed? Gonna have a nap? Yeah, she's gonna have a nap. That's a little annoying. So the way Mystery Merchant works is normally we'll do a boss fight, and then we'll come back to the Mystery Merchant. And when we come back to the Mystery Merchant, that's when we'll buy the things. But what ends up happening then is that since it's a 50% chance that he's there at all, we sometimes have to save and reset the game several times. What YOLO Merch is if he happens to be there the first time we go by the town before the boss fight, and we also happen to have the money, then we'll just be like, oh, okay, we'll buy what we can now. We'll have less of the item that we need, called Crystallis boxes. We'll have less of them than we normally want. but we'll save the trip back, and we'll save the potential to have to save and reset. So in Hundo, it's nice because you're always guaranteed to have at least 3 Crystallis boxes, whereas normally you'd have 4. In any percent, you only have 2, so it becomes very, very yikes. The way boxes work, they cast a spell. Their Crystallis boxes cast the spell Crystallis. They're very, very broken, and they have a 12.5% chance to break every time you use them, so they're reusable. And in YOLO Merchant at any percent, if any of them break, you have to reset the run, basically, unless you get a random drop, which is a 1%. So you use it 9 times in any percent, so it's like there's a 55-ish% chance that you end up having to reset the run if you go YOLO Merchant. In Hundo, you get 3, sometimes 4. So it's a lot more fine, and you're taking all those extra encounters, so you increase the chance of getting the 1% drop. The way drops work as well is they're based on the individual enemy, not on the fight. So if I were to run into 7 sea rats, I don't have a 1% chance of getting that drop. I have 7 1% chances of getting that drop. So it's still uncommon to get a Crystallis box drop in the dungeon after this, but it's not as uncommon. Hey, we're doing very well on money. We're doing ooh, this is nice as well. So actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna actually attack with Buys, because I can. Buys is strong enough to kill Flestics because they have basically no HP with Pyre, but usually it's not worth using him to clear enemies with magic, because his magic is not very good.
That was easy.
The other 1% drop that's a 1% off of almost every single enemy in the game is a Moonberry. Moonberries are the item that you need to unlock super moves. There's a lot of them just lying around in chests that we're going to be picking up. The next chest we're getting is actually a Moonberry. But what ends up happening, in any percent, it's really nice, because in any percent, if you get a Moonberry drop, you can skip a Moonberry chest. So, every Moonberry drop you get up to a certain point is basically a time save. In Hundo, we need to get all those chests anyway, but they do allow us to unlock super moves earlier. Specifically in the early game, there's a boss called the Richtalish around 4 hours in, and if we get 5 extra Moonberries, we get to just absolutely bop him super easily.
Retreat.
That's an example of a fight that we run from. The big red fish is very, very hard to kill. So that's our first run. We're only allowed 25 over the course of the whole run.
Are you going to take notes of this? Do you have like a list for how many times you run?
I just count them out loud when they happen, and that's pretty fine. I have, for enemy kills and ship kills, I have a counter on my screen, so I know we've killed 29 enemies so far. But for the runs, I just count out loud. And if I get lost, I just assume that I've run one more time than I have. Be on the safe side. Honestly, 25 is a little bit conservative. We could, most of the time, if I were to run 30 times, I'd probably be fine, but you don't really want to play with fire in a run this long. Just get to the end of the run and be like, oh, I ran too much. Now I have to grind several dozen enemies. Because the way it works for gaining Swashbuckler rating, you lose 3 Swashbuckler rating if you run, or you lose 1 Swashbuckler rating if you run 3 times. You gain 1 Swashbuckler rating if you win 10 fights. So, yeah, it's not worth grinding fights for Swashbuckler rating. That's not a thing that we want to do.
I see. We also have some more donations.
Hell yeah.
We've got $10 from the Krutken. Peng love! Exclamation mark lurk.
Thank you, Kraken. He's one of my longtime subs. I love to see so many people from the Skies community and from the Pengyy community out here already. Great. Y'all are great.
And we got another $30 from Grudge, saying, hope this helps you pay for Lover's Ring. Love to see you doing Hundo for a good cause.
Oh, Grudge. Grudge guy is, he's a wonderful member of the community who, comes up. He's the embodiment of the saying that a broken clock is wrong twice a day. Because he comes up with about 100 ideas that are all really stupid. But he's come up with early white map, which is maybe the most important individual strat in all of any percent. So, Lover's Ring is a strat he came up with a while ago for Was it hundo or any percent? I think it was even any percent. It was a very dumb idea. Or he was like, well, we could like go out of our way to buy this ring that gives you slightly stronger magic that doesn't actually kill anything faster. And he tried to make it work for such a long time, so that's that joke explained. So we actually had a really good Shrine Island here. We saw that earlier fight where Aika got slept. We got 4 fights, I think, which is the exact number that we want in any percent. That being said, we don't have great money because we didn't get a million fights. So YOLO Merchant might be a little bit of a stretch. But the fact that we got through here, like this place can give you 3 fights, 2 fights. Like if you get 2 or 3 fights in any percent, you can't do the boss. So then you have to run around in circles and hope for fights. It can give you 8 or 9 fights, which is just a nightmare. So very, very happy that it gave us like 4, maybe 5, 4 or 5. It was really good, really good.
Moons, give me strength.
So this boss is strategically basically a worse version of the first boss. He also has a super powerful thing that hits an AoE area where if he targets Vise, it only hits Vise. If he targets Aika, it hits both. His is called Blaster. It takes a turn to charge up, so it's not we don't have to worry about it hitting us twice in a row. But yeah, Blaster is also a very long animation. It's a bad thing. We don't want it to hit Aika. Vise is capable of actually tanking 2 of them and surviving. Oh, baby, that's really good. So he has to use target search in order to use Blaster. But he doesn't have to use Blaster if he uses target search. So if he uses target search and then attacks, that's really good. It's also pretty uncommon. So really, really nice there. Good RNG. Now, Vise is not able to tank 2 blasters from here, but... I'm pretty sure that Vise tanks a blaster and an attack, though. So if he gets hit with blaster here, we're just going to heal Vise. Get on the safe side.
Moons, give me strength.
Also, something you guys might have noticed at this point is this game was one of the first games to ever involve dynamic music in boss fights, which is pretty cool. I think when Vise gets very low on HP, it should change right now. Nope, never mind. He's not low enough on HP. Sorry. Sorry, guys, I lied. Alright, I think Alpha Storm doesn't actually KO from here, but I think Aika using Crystalli does. So we're gonna use Crystalli again instead of Alpha Storm. Actually, no, because Vise is attacking anyway. We'll use Alpha Storm. YOLO! Get the KO? Nope. Yeah, I knew it. This still might be faster than using Crystalli, though, because we get to skip that one animation, and the attack animation is really quick. So, yeah. Hey, it's time for the split update. You guys can't see the splits, but we are currently... hold on, wait for the split. After this screen.
It's a new lap record.
Oh, oops. You guys can hear my splits. That's unfortunate. That's a gold split, actually. So 1 minute 16 ahead of record. We saved 2 minutes there on record. Very fun. So yeah. That's nice. Now, the way splits work in Hundo is a little weird. Like, they're a pretty good general idea of where we are in comparison, but they're not exact because obviously the number of enemies killed matters a lot as well. So for example, if I was 10 minutes ahead of Mini Retin's time going into the grind session, but he'd killed 100 more enemies, then it would be closer to like, I'd be like 3 minutes ahead instead of 10 minutes ahead, right? Like, you guys get what I mean. So it's not an exact science in Hundo until after the grind session, but it's still a good general idea. Yeah, that sound that we shouldn't be hearing very much. The only time I have sound is on my gold splits, and I really should not be gold splitting that much in this run. But yeah, that's from the Star Wars Episode 1 Racer game for Nintendo 64, which I used to speedrun. but it uses Star Wars music. So I'm a little bit scared about speedrunning it now because I'm not sure how DMCA works with that, because Star Wars music is owned by a large record label. So I'm a little concerned about that. So I haven't speedrun it since the whole DMCA shenanigan restarted. How are you doing, Agama? How's your day been so far, friendo?
Oh, it's been pretty good. Smooth sailing. Just half a day of work today, so I took the afternoon off to concentrate
nice.
on this. And
Nice.
it's a lot of fun already. So it's a lot of good fun already. If you don't mind, I would like to take a quick time to remind everyone of the charity that we are benefiting,
Of course.
which is Alzheimerfonden. It's a Swedish national fundraising organization focusing on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. Alzheimerfonden's aim and purpose is to increase fundraising to the benefit of scientific research in order to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. So please get in those donations. They all go to a good cause. And yeah, bring them in. And also, guys, we can make sure that we don't have a cat girl on the flag of the ship.
It's not a cat girl. Don't get the weebs excited. It's just a literal cat.
I mean, the last time no one cared about it. The first time a cat girl was mentioned by accident, maybe on stream, everyone was just like, "Oh, cat girls, let's go!"
That was easy.
Alright, that encounter is... I should probably explain how the XP system works in this game. I haven't done that yet. So normal XP is normal, right? Like, you gain XP gives you levels. But there's also magic XP, which you may have noticed that my weapons are changing colors. And that's kind of the way that the type system works, the element system. Each color represents an element. So purple, for example, is ice. I don't really know what green represents, but it's the healing magic one. Red is fire, etc. So each area has like its own tree of like spells. Or I guess not tree, but branch. So like red is area of effect damage that hits the whole field and also buffs, like damage buffs. Blue, for example, is area of effect damage that hits an area of the field but not the whole field. And also speed buffs and sleep debuffs. Green is healing magic and poison magic. So that's sorry, hold on, I have to focus on the text box here really quick. Yeah, so that's kind of how that works, right? In any percent, you're basically gonna see us stick on red for the entire early game and then switch to silver and stick on silver for the rest of the game. Because we have to unlock a spell called Rissalim, and we have barely enough fights to do that by the time we need it. So, Hundo, we do all these different fights, so we have a lot of different abilities to sort of switch between the colors. So, you'll notice I was on purple, I was on red for the very beginning to get access to Pyre, which helped us to kill the first boss and also to clear these wider areas, like when we get like 4 enemies, like Pyre just kills them all, really nice. Then I went to purple for Crystalli, which is the optimal way to kill the Sentinel boss that we just did. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna switch to blue. Blue is gonna give us access to Wevley, which is just a nice little spell that's gonna help us take out a couple of boss fights around the 3.5 hour mark, a little bit faster. Most of these won't be used, but it's nice in Hundo that we get to sort of use these niche spells a little bit more, whereas in any percent, Wevley saves you, I don't know, like 30 seconds to a minute on the chameleon fights, but you would have to like spend an extra 20 minutes grinding for Rissalim, so in any percent it's not worth it, right? Every time you hear that do-do-do-do-do kind of thing when I do a text option, that's when we're gaining swashbuckler points. So that's the second of the 2 optional text boxes that I take in order to bump up our swashbuckler rating just a little bit.
I still remember that when another game, Knights of the Old Republic, came out, everyone was talking about the like light and dark system. Know what I mean? That it could be like of the Force, and just like being very new and stuff like that. This seems to be like the first time that something like that came out with the swashbuckler points.
It's very it doesn't really matter that much unless you're doing hundo. Like in a speedrun setting it does, because you'll notice like the extra 10% chance to run away from fights if you get Vise the Coward, stuff like that. But in a casual playthrough, it's kind of interesting. It basically does nothing. Like you don't get anything for it. It changes some of the text or some of the text a little bit. Like some people will refer to you as like, "Oh my God, it's Vise the Daring. Hello." But like, it doesn't actually make that much of a difference. And also, you need a certain amount of swashbuckler rating to have access to one of the optional boss fights that we're going to be fighting as well. But yeah, this looper's a little annoying. So the nice thing about super moves is that they can't miss. If you're wondering why I didn't use Alpha Storm on this thing, Alpha Storm is a magic attack. So the looper, they all have really insane magic defense. So there's really no point in using Alpha Storm on it. But Cutlass Fury, easy clap. Just pops it like a zit. Easy kill. Okay, we're gonna have another text option here. This one is a little bit yikes. So whenever it's not the top text option, it's a little bit stressful because I want to mash through the text as quickly as possible, but also I don't want to pick the wrong text option, so I have to focus a little bit, make sure I don't over mash, especially because this one it's the second option, a little bit annoying. Retreat. And these are also not always like one swashbuckler point, right? Each of these text options gives a different amount of swashbuckler points. A lot of them are +1, -1, but like there are some that are like there's one where we have the option to like hand Fina over to like the big bad in like an hour, and if you pick the wrong one, it's like -6 or something. It doesn't actually impact the story at all. It's just dialogue and swashbuckler rating.
Can I say one quick thing here?
Of course.
Okay, just because maybe some people watching the stream, and maybe you too, were wondering a bit, we're currently having a little bit of tech problems with our donation tracker, so that's why I'm not reading any donations right now. But we will have all donations read on stream, so you can still keep them coming. You can still donate for all the flags and for everything, and everything will be read out during this run, definitely. We have so much time, so I guess this will be fine. Just so everyone knows.
Aye, aye.
You're keeping me in suspense with the what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. This is actually not technical difficulties. This is the secret Illuminati of the cat flag rigging it, isn't it? The ESA Illuminati of the cat flag enthusiasts are coming to win. It's gonna come back online and be like, oh, we got a $7 million donation for the cat flag. Oh, wow.
Or people linking their PayPals to like auto donate whenever like a donation for something else comes in. They donate like the double amount to the cat flag.
All right, so this is a little bit of plot advancement now. We're gonna lift some boxes. Vise notably does not know how to carry boxes, so I feel like what should have happened is they should have put like a 1% chance in this game where Vise, because of the way he carries boxes, accidentally breaks his back and the game resets. I think that would have been a really good addition.
Yeah, that would make 100% so much more fun, right? If
it
1 hour into
right?
the game, you just start over from the start.
It would be worse for any percent, because at this point in any percent, like some of us are resetting for a 1% drop on the first fight. So like, But also, regarding YOLO Merchant, I mentioned it a couple times earlier. We will not be doing YOLO Merchant. I do not have the money for it. I could probably buy 3, but like I'm not 100% sure Got a looper kill, Pirate's Grave. Yeah, I probably have just enough to buy 3 boxes, so I'd probably do it in an 90% or in a PB attempt. But like, if luck decides to be really mean to me, that will cause the run to just like not work. So we're not gonna risk it. Okay, so we're done with this bit. This is a nice bait by the game. The game's like, okay, congratulations, you got through the cutscene. We're gonna allow you to play the video game now. So we're gonna be sent back into the overworld with a new ship, and then we're immediately gonna get thrown back into another cutscene. So it's all a lie. Not immediately. We fly under here first, but same difference.
All right. I think we're back up and running with our tech in the back end. So I can read some more donations. Let's go. We've got a $50 donation from Whoop saying, "You know the Kitty Crusaders will get it again." Smiley face. Greetings from Switzerland.
Ooh, hello.
And those $50 obviously go to Ika's flag. And we got $10 from Mini Retin saying,
yes,
"Some skies of Arcadia, hundo. Let's go, Pengyy, for getting the sub 20 hours.
Mini Retin is currently the world record holder for this run. This is one of the things I love about the Skies community, though. Like, everyone's really supportive, right? What is the record? Nobody's ever, like... No record holder is ever, like, watching somebody doing a run going like, oh, I hope they die! I hope they don't record. Like, it's all a community effort. We just want the game to be done as quickly as possible. So, we've just gotten the tutorial, I guess, for catching moonfish. Moonfish are another thing that we're gonna have to get all of. Basically, they're kind of an in-game currency. We catch them and we trade them into Doc, and he gives us a special item for each of them. Some of the special items are better than others, but for example, he's gonna be the one giving us the white map, which is arguably the most important item in the game. It lowers the encounter rate and gives us a 100% chance to run away. It's a lot more important than any percent, but it's still really nice to...
And we have another donation.
Cool.
It's $5 from Young Toonfish. Finally time for ESA again. 1 week of speedruns galore. Gonna tune in whenever I can. Heart.
Excellent.
Thank you, Young Toonfish. And thank you to all the other donations that have come in already. It's been a lot for the start of the marathon.
Oh.
And I would like to give you a quick update on where we are with the flag bid war. It's
okay.
Currently, Fina's flag is leading with $205.
Good.
Followed by Ika's flag with $60. And Vi's flag is currently in third place with no one yet donating towards it.
Poor Vi's.
So, come on. It's a classic Jolly Roger, guys. Why would you not want to see that on top of your ship?
So this is the guy, this is the mystery merchant, this lad over here. Please stay here, my guy. Stay. If he's not here, we're gonna have to reset the game over and over again until he is. Each reset loses us about 50 seconds. So... I'm doing this a little bit out of order. This is a little bit sloppy, but I'm gonna come by here real quick. I'm gonna sell this. Did not need to do right now. Kind of, my brain died for a second, and I forgot I have to go to the other side. It's okay. Everything is fine. So most areas have 2 moonfish. Some areas have 1. But yeah, so each of the areas is gonna have 1 or 2 moonfish that we need to grab. A couple of them we're not gonna get at the same time. Oh my god, I forgot to talk to the guy. Oh my god. All right. I need to get my act together here. This is going well. Going very well. Okay. This is a mistake that I used to make all the time in any percent, and I have not done it in a long time. Alright. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Come on, you can admit it. You're just afraid of playing the Star Wars music again and getting us DMCA'd, right?
Hey, there's no music in that. It's just a voice clip.
Okay.
I like that idea though. We're gonna say that I'm afraid of ESA yelling at me for having my live split sounds on. That's the truth.
I mean, you can have one more goal split, right? For the final one, the last split. You can make that one gold, that's fine. But like everything else, you know.
God, if the last one is gold, that'll be I don't know what my gold Ramirez 2 is like. The last fights are like in Hundo they're actually super fine. In a Hundo, so because we have to grind so many enemies, we just end up massively overpowered for the end game. So like the last fights, every fight after the grinding session is gonna look super trivial. Okay. We're back on track. Everything's okay. Keep in mind, guys, I was 116 ahead of record on the last split. We'll be fine. There's my estimate is that all of the both of the incentives should probably lose me about 4 to 5 minutes combined. Because not because of the animations, like the animation for the Blue Rogues is really long. But the animation for, like, Final Cupil is super easy. The thing is that, like, Final Cupil does almost no damage. So, I'm gonna have to, like, do some math on the fly to try to get Ramirez down to the HP that we need him at for Final Cupil to kill him. So, about 4 to 5 minutes of time loss from the incentives. And, my last run was about 25-30 minutes ahead of record at the end game, so... I have faith. I have confidence.
And we have another donation.
All right.
Which is $10 right now from Lador, saying, Vice no donations. I got to change that. Let's get my boy Vice up there. And with that, also Vice entered the race. Nice.
Nice.
And also shout out to Lador, who is one of our fundraising leaders. And she does a great job every time with rallying everything and getting everything ready for the donation readers. So thank you to you, Lador.
Very nice. We are entering the Blackbeard fight at 55-37-ish, which is nice. I think we should still be on pace unless we miss a 95% range. And because I said that now, we're going to miss the 95% range. That's how it works, right? So basically, this fight is a ship battle tutorial, but there is a damage range on it that... Like, it doesn't mess us up much, it just causes it to be, like, 1 extra animation, which in the context of a ship battle is actually quite long. Alright, welcome to Ship Battles. I explained this a little bit earlier. Each of our characters is going to select an action, and then the opponent will select an action as well, the same number of times as we have characters. So then all the things happen in a row. So I get a little bit of a break during any of these. We only have 3 people in the party right now, so it's a little bit less of a break, but...
Meshing intensifies.
Actually, I'm playing in a team tournament I'm a competitive Pokemon player, and we have a team-based tournament, and I wrote my opponent for this week, and I was like, hey, I could play any day, like Monday through Thursday, and he didn't respond to me until after I went to bed last night, so I don't know if we qualify for a default win now, but I can't play, obviously, because you might have heard I'm actually busy today, and through a little bit of tomorrow, so... I'm just letting my team captain know that that's a thing he needs to sort out now. All right, so this is the damage rangey part. Like, we're not going to notice here whether or not the damage range is hit, but this is the attack that decides the damage range, basically. So, if we high roll here, we're good. If we don't high roll here, well, that sucks. That looked like a low roll to me, but I always think that this looks like a low roll, and it never is, so I have no idea. We'll see. Alright, so we should KO him on the next hit if we hit the, like, 90 to 95% range.
What could possibly go wrong?
A lot! So we are going to lose some time here, but whatever. It's fine. And a fun fact about the ship battles is that they ignore most of your equipment. So, like, if you have, like, super high, like, super strong armor, like, boosts up your power... ship battles ignore that. Nice. So it only takes the base power of each of your characters into account, which is why you see me using Drachma there for each of the attacks, because Drachma is 6 levels higher, so and he's also just very, very strong normally. So very nice. I'm not going to keep you guys updated on how we compare to record every split, because I want to keep you guys in a little bit of suspense, but now that I brought it up, I feel like it would be unfair for me not to. We are still 48.2 seconds ahead. Maybe what we'll do is we'll make it like an hourly thing. So for everybody who follows the ESA channel for Break the Record Live, it's not Break the Record Live, but we're doing our best.
Oh, I mean, Break the Record Live with like a 20-hour long run.
I mean,
that would
why
be
not?
insane.
Why not? There are 5 people who have done runs of this category. We could all set up a stream together.
I mean, I would love to commentate on that then. So yeah, let's do it. Come on, Break the Record Live, Skies of Arcadia 100%.
Yeah. I'm sure that would motivate at least 2 or 3 people who haven't done a run to do it.
So making a grand total of 7 runners.
I mean, that's enough. Okay, so with that done, we're gonna head back to Sailor's Island now, and we're gonna pray that the mystery merchant is there. If we have any of my subs in chat, get your Peng Blesses in chat now. Because this is where, or maybe not yet, like in a minute. Get your Peng Blesses ready, get them typed out, don't click the enter key yet, but it'll be good. Okay. Now, we're very, very close to, we're very, very close to the next area we need to go to, which is why it's nice to do YOLO Merchant, because then we just don't have to, like, go all the way back, but, alright, we're gonna switch to blue now real quick. Because we want to get Webley. I should probably keep... I keep Vines on green. I should keep Drachma on green, I think. Okay, that's fine. These guys silence you if they hit you, so I really don't want them to hit Ica. Ica, good, nice. 5? Yeah.
We won! We won!
A revered voice dropped. Cool. That is completely useless. I guess I should probably actually go get guide stones now. We have to get every discovery as well, which is something that is very frustrating. There is going to be 1 or 2 discoveries that really mess me up, and that I'm probably going to lose some time on. It's never the same 2 discoveries. It's always just like 1 or 2 discoveries that are the because like some of them move, and there's always like 1 or 2 that just don't want to behave for me. And they're all on a cycle. So if you miss one of them, it's possible that it like messes up your whole cycle. Because we get like a bunch of them at a time. But I think I've only ever had 1 run where I didn't have any issues with a single discovery. So hopefully it's fine. Guide stones is right over here. So some discoveries, this is why some of them are really annoying. Some of them are invisible. So you just kind of have to know where they are, which isn't the greatest. But we're gonna stop by Doc here real quick.
Have we missed the mysterious merchant already?
No. We're going back into the town now. And he was there the first time. The problem is I didn't have the money to do him yet because you have a ton of money. But I've had really, really good encounter luck. I haven't had that many encounters, but the side note of that is that I then don't have as much money, right? So we didn't have enough money to buy from him yet. So we're going to go back in now and we're going to hope that he's there. First, though, getting a couple of items here from Doc. This is nice because after a X number of Moonfish, Doc will always trigger a cutscene. And after the cutscene, he'll always kick you off his ship, so you have to go back in if you have a lot of them. So we like trading him 2 right now, because 2 is the number you need to trigger the first cutscene. So long term, this saves a little bit of time, as opposed to if you came back with 4 Moonfish and you need to give him 2 and then come back in and give him those other 2.
Whoa.
Do this. The nice thing about these speedruns is that there's nothing moving, there's no character models moving, so you can actually mash through them really fast. Because a lot of the time you'll notice that like you'll hear me mashing, but you'll notice that the text box isn't moving quite as fast. That's because you have to wait for the character model to finish moving sometimes. So
I'm just wondering, there are some games where the different languages make a difference in the length of the text boxes. Is that the same for Skies of Arcadia, or is English just the fastest and you're using that?
So I'm not super. I'm not the one who did the calc. English is actually faster than Japanese. I'm not entirely sure why. And then all of the other languages, like all of the European languages, are out immediately because the PAL version is not runnable. The PAL version runs at 50 hertz instead of at 60. So the PAL version is just not runnable. It's like an hour and a half slower. So the only real contest would be between Japanese, and Japanese is actually not faster. Surprising. But it's also nice because menuing in a menu-heavy game in a language that you don't speak doesn't sound like a fun time.
Probably not, but I've seen some runs where they have like Spanish or something as the fastest language, or Italian, and sometimes it can be a little bit funny if not everyone speaks the language, you know?
Yes, for sure. Anyway, this guy's here, which is very nice for us. Now we're gonna buy. We don't really have that much more money than we would have in an 80% run right now, which is fine, but it speaks to how few encounters we've had. We're gonna stop by the item shop real quick and buy some. This is something I've cut out of my route now for PB attempts, but better safe than sorry. It doesn't take too long.
Also, I have another donation.
Yes, I love to hear it.
It's $50 from username Niels, again.
Nice!
She couldn't make an appearance in the summer, but I'm glad we get to meet best girl, Pia Stoll, in this run.
Yes.
And those $50 split up a bit between the different bid wars and incentives.
Okay.
$25 go to Fina's flag, which is leading now by a lot. $20 go to Cupel Eats Ramirez, and $5 go to Blue Rogues, to using blue Rogues at the end.
What's the goal amount?
Yeah, I was about to talk about this because Cupel Eats Ramirez just got to $100. So the total amount we would need to make that happen is $750. That means we have $650 left.
All right.
I did on
that one is
math.
a fun one. I've actually done that one in a run before. Yeah, that's a fun one. I do enjoy it. So to kind of explain, you guys will see Cupel. Cupel is basically Fina's little partner guy. He's a cute little guy, cute little flying sphere. Has a cute little face. Oh, that's the other thing we need to do. I always forget about this when I'm explaining. We have to get all the chams, which are just random invisible things lying around that we use to feed Cupel. And Cupel's also her weapon. So he'll turn into like the Cupel sword or like random things. And the final Cupel is basically he turns into Kirby and he just inhales the opponent and just does a bunch of damage. So that's how we're gonna kill the final Ramirez.
That sounds pretty fun. So, if you guys want to see that, we just need 650 more. And I guess that's probably towards the end of the run, right?
That is the last boss.
The last boss, yeah.
That is how we will end the run. We're gonna end it in style.
We still have...
What about Blue Rogues? What's the goal for that?
We're on $25 for Blue Rogues right now.
And what's the target?
It's also 750.
Okay, cool. We're gonna smash those guys. I know it.
I'm fairly certain.
Like I am as well. We have a long time.
In this run, when do we decide on the flags?
Like an hour and a half later. Just because there's random, like we have to take the random fights. So it's not. We don't actually do that much optional content at the beginning of the game. We basically save the wanted battles for after we get access to the flags. Start knocking off optional content pretty much right after we do the flags.
So when is that in the run? Like hour-wise?
Like 7.5 maybe? I'm not 100% sure.
So we
7,
still have about
maybe?
6 hours to make sure that we have no cats flying on our ship?
Yeah. It's basically right after Valois 2. So we're about to enter Valois for the first time. We escaped from this place twice in the game. So it's basically right after we escaped the second time.
Aye, aye.
Okay, so we're entering the depressing city. One of several depressing cities. And there's not really that much to do here. There's only one chest, 2 chests. There's 2 chests here. One of them we get in 90% anyway, so there's only 1 extra chest here. This is where we would buy the lover ring that Grudge Guy mentioned earlier in his donation message, if we were doing bad strats.
So for the next marathon, we're going to do Skies of Arcadia bad strat percent.
You know what would be fun? Like, we could do... I mean, there's like... We'll probably submit something for Skies for next time. Just to see how many runs, how many ESAs in a row we can get it in, right? We could do like a race, like a relay race. That could be fun. There's some cool things we can do, guys. Okay, we got the Sacres crystals. We're gonna grab the Moonberry after we have a little bit of a cutscene here. I have to say, like, during the entire run, every time, I am just so stressed out that I've missed a chest. So, like, my brain is like, I know I got the chest with the Sacres crystals. I went out of my way to get the chest with the Sacres crystals, and I like, whenever I think about it, I know that I did that because I remember doing it, but my brain is still like, hey, are you sure you got the Sacres crystals? Are you really sure? I did lose my last run to forgetting 1 chest. But that's what B-Mau's here for soon. He should be arriving soon. And he's going to be keeping an eye on all the chests as well. And just being a second pair of eyes. The only time I forgot a chest last time, though, is because, I was like, I tabbed out to like research something not related to skies and then forgot a chest. Like, I won't be doing that today, guys. We're focused.
Max concentration today.
Yep. There is technically, like, some people do ask about this in Hundo. Technically, there's a different way you can run there, and you can, like, overtake Marco, and if you overtake Great Crystal, but, like, the game doesn't track that as a chest, and it loses time because it, like, causes, like, a text box to show up, so we don't do that. Basically, Hundo is as anything that the game tracks towards completion. So, for example, you only need 90% of chests in order to get Buys the Legend. So, for example, let's say if something terrible goes wrong and I forget one chest, I technically won't be able to submit this to the leaderboards, but I'll still be able to finish the run as if it was 100%. So, like, for the sake of the show, it'll be fine. But there is an NPC that tells you what percentage of chests you have received. So technically, the game tracks it all the way up to 100, even though you only need 90 for Buys the Legend. So we have to get all 100 since the game tracks it, right? Does that make sense? So there is, like, an optional kind of boss called Elcian, but he's refightable, and, like, the game doesn't give you any way to, like, the game doesn't recognize that you've beaten it in any specific way, so, like, Elcian is not part of this run. That's something that a lot of people ask about as well. So we have one more chest to pick up before we head on to Catacombs, which is by many considered to be the worst dungeon in the game. It's a lot worse than any percent. A lot worse than any percent. In any percent, it is the worst dungeon in the game. It's an absolute nightmare. But in Hundo, it's not that bad. The reason why it's a nightmare in any percent is because you don't want fights, and the encounter rate is super high, and some of them are really hard to run away from. In Hundo, we don't care about fights because we need to take the fights anyway, and we're not running away from them, so it's not that big of a problem. But every time you go into Catacombs, there is, like, a 0.001% chance that the run dies, because there is technically a possibility that you get back attacked by, like, 5 enemies that are the least common enemies, and are also the slowest enemies, so they're the least likely to back attack you. And they could use their least likely move to use, which is an instant death move that has a 50% chance to hit. And they could all hit, and then the run would be dead. And that has happened to people before. I can think of at least one time that that's happened. But the likelihood of that happening is unfathomably low.
So it's 99.99% marathon safe.
Yes. Which is everyone's favorite thing. It also only happens here. It's literally only the first fight of the area. You almost never get to here.
Didn't we miss the 95% chance earlier?
Yeah,
just saying.
That's a lot lower of a chance. All right, this is also a back attack, so we're fine. These are the enemies I was talking about, but we back attack them, so it's fine. They have a spell called Attorney, which is their least likely to use spell. It is an instant death spell that has a 50% chance to hit. So they also have Poison Explode, which does a lot of damage, but it's not instant death, and it doesn't one-hit KO any of our people. So it's fine. Oh, we get Lambda Burst. No reason for me not to. The Lambda Burst is, it's basically our answer to getting back attacked. If we get back attacked, then we basically start the fight with double SP because it's 2 turns of SP. The SP is the bar at the top of the fight screen, and, like, anything that's not a base attack costs SP to use. Lambda Burst is Aika's super move, her second super move that basically just kills everything. Shoutouts to 2 back attacks in a row, by the way. That's very nice. We take those. Boom!
That was easy.
That was easy, Vise. Alright, we picked up Webley on Vise. So we're gonna go green on Vise, red on Aika. There's little bat dudes that spawn in here, and they have a 1% chance to drop a Crystallis box, which would be very, very, very nice as well. But things are not going. Actually, hold on. Green, red, Pyre. I didn't need to Pyre with Drachma there. That was a little bit dumb. I should have attacked with him. That was a sloppy mistake, but it's okay. Just gonna cost us an extra turn. I don't think he KOs the Mind Stealer from here. Let's find out. He's very weak with magic, but he's also a much higher level. Wow, that does kill. Cool. Yeah, Drachma's magic falls off immediately. There's no reason to use Drachma magic after, like, this part of the game ever again. Alright, got some healing magic on Vise now. That's cool. So we have to go down here. This is one of the optional chests that we would actually get in any percent as well. There's a Pyre box down here, which is going to be very, very important for the next dungeon. Because the box things, I already talked about how the box, how boxes basically are. Let's do this. How boxes are basically just super strong spells that are usable in items. They're much stronger than their base form. So using Pyre box is a lot stronger than like Aika using Pyre until like she gets to a much higher level. So Pyre box is a really, really nice way to clear out enemies in these early dungeons. I didn't attack with Vise here because Vise would not have actually KO'd this. But he's greedy and wants the spotlight, so he's gonna attack anyway. This was a 4-enemy fight, I think, right?
I just saw 4 at the beginning.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good. I need that for my counter. Keep track of how many enemies I've killed. Now, the same NPC who tells you how many chests you've killed. So I'll have the ability to double check later in the run. But that's not until like 18.5 hours in.
And if there's like one missing or one too few, then you know, oh my god, Agama miscounted at the beginning of the fight. Oh.
Yeah, that's when we fire you. Oh, we got the bats. That's nice. Double Pyre. The bats are fast, which means that there's going to be a couple more attack animations, but if we get a Crystallis box out of it, then I'll be very happy. Crystallis boxes also can basically be counted as extra money, because for the early game, we're going to be buying a lot of them, and they're very... It's like, or whenever one doesn't break, it's nice because that's essentially saving us 800 gold. Hit me with that counterattack, Drachma. Get him. Get him. Yeah! Big Daddy Drachma coming in strong.
Also, I would like to take the time to talk about the charity that we're benefiting really quick.
Of course.
That is Alzheimerfonden, and thanks to gift and wills from private individuals and companies, Alzheimerfonden was able to distribute almost 30 million Swedish krona last year. Even still, the money is not enough to be able to support all important projects that lie ahead. The Alzheimer Fund could only grant about 19% of the funds applied for. So, to bring this number up and make sure that they can grant even more funds, Please keep on donating and yeah, keep the donations coming.
All right.
Is it over already?
Do we get a box drop? Nope. You never expect it. It's a little bit much to expect a 1% drop. It's always nice when it happens. We're getting close to the end of the dungeon here. It's been a pretty well-behaved dungeon, honestly. We're gonna get ourselves a little bit of equipment here. Grab a sword and a bit of armor that's gonna go on buys. Alright. Oh, we're out of mana. Alright. One of them's guarding. It's a little unfortunate. Oh. Alright, we're gonna do this. Even when the fights are not behaving, they're still behaving. Like, these, for anybody who's seen Skies of Arcadia runs before, you guys know that this is a very well-behaved catacombs.
Serves 'em right.
Gonna go ahead and heal up Aika's magic. Usually I would equip these items in the next battle. It's a little bit faster to do so, but I need to give Aika some MP anyway, so might as well do it now. For some weird reason, this bridge is a random area where you can't get encounters, so that's nice. We get a little bit of a respite before we go into... And then this room has encounters again. And then as soon as we're into the big sort of... More encounters. No more encounters. Nice. So from here, we're going to go ahead and heal again. I could have done that earlier, but I decided to wait in case there was another fight. Boss coming up here is Crystallis box spam. Welcome to the usefulness of Crystallis boxes. You guys are about to see what most of the boss fights in the early game are going to look like. Red, gotta go to red on buys.
Let's try this.
This should work.
Are we seeing the same like animation over and over and over and over again?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice, let's go.
It's a very, very broken thing to have access to this early in the game. I don't think that they intended for people to spam them because they are very expensive. I'm a little bit unlucky with like the positioning. Like where they are in the bag is different every run. It's kind of like maximum inputs, which is a little bit annoying. But I'll be able to clean up my bag a little bit soon and adjust for that, which won't be a problem.
This should work.
Because we're going to be using Crystallis boxes for like the first 12 hours of the run. We'll use them less and less and less as time goes on, but we're going to continue using them for a long time.
I'm still amazed at the numbers we're talking here. Like, we're using them for the first 12 hours of the run. Oh my god.
Yep. About the first half. I mean, that's a little bit much. Probably like 10. Like, we use them up until Valua 2, I think, is the last time. No, that's not true. We use them in Yafatoma as well, don't we? Yeah, so we use them on Zhao and Mao a little bit. Yeah, so they last a long time.
Here goes.
If some of our viewers would be up to count the amounts of Crystallis boxes and donate the amount, that would be a great thing, I guess. Guys,
Yeah,
if you
I
want
don't
to do
think
that.
it would get, like, insanely out of hand, but it'd be a big dono. Because there's also random enemies we're going to be using them on. That's the other thing. In the next dungeon, there are 2 random enemies that we're going to be using Crystallis boxes on.
Alright, so to all of viewers, keep track of the Crystallis boxes and then get in the donation at like 12 hours into the run. So let's go.
Yeah. So that fight is 8. Always 8. This fight, let's see. This fight depends a little bit. This fight either goes really fast, 2 turns, or it can kind of drag a little bit. It's a little bit dangerous. This guy's a little scary. So he comes with 2 ally dudes who usually just die immediately. They get killed by 1 Crystallis box. So usually they're just gonna die, and then it's fine. And then it's a 2-turn fight. But if they happen to go first before dying, they can use Increm to buff the main boss, which then becomes very, very scary. Or they can guard, in which case they won't die. We prefer for them to guard. Like, ideally they just die. Worst case scenario, they use Increm. Because if they use Increm, this guy has an AoE attack called Tackle, which will just kill Ica. I think it kills Ica for full HP in Hundo still. Alright, drop a box on you, drop a box on you, drop, oh, hold on. Up, down, okay. I didn't actually heal Ica here because the expectation is that if she gets targeted by Tackle, she's dead anyway. And if she gets targeted by anything else, she has enough HP to survive. So it should be okay. We get the outspeed on both of the guards, so that are both of the wardens, so that's good. Neither of them guard, that's also good. This should be a 2-turn fight. Even if Ica dies, then it won't be a 2-turn fight, but like if he like uses Tackle on her turn 1, which I don't even think he can do, then it'll be okay. It's just gonna slow things down a little bit. And, we call that inadvertent XP funneling. Because the amount of XP is split between the number of people alive, so if Ica dies, then Vise just gets more XP! And that's actually going to be an important thing, specifically on one boss fight in about an hour. The Rupee and Barda fight, where we are going to deliberately try to get Drachma killed. Because that fight gives a ton of XP, and Drachma is not important for the rest of the run after that. Nice, good outspeeds. Even Drachma outspeeds him. Very nice. Down he goes. Very nice. We got Increm on both of them as well, which is nice. I have Sakurai on everybody, I believe. So, should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and heal with Drachma before he leaves the party, because he's about to leave the party. Don't worry, guys. He'll come back.
I was about to ask.
The Drachma stands need not fear. I will be doing a couple safety saves, but not yet. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just one thing that I was wondering about is, are you playing on an actual GameCube or are you playing an emulated version?
So I play on an emulated version. Basically, for Skies of Arcadia speedrunning, emulated versions are okay. There are specific rules about which emulator version of Dolphin you're allowed to use. But the reason why emulators are allowed is because the PAL version is not speedrunnable. I mentioned that earlier because it runs at 50 hertz. And the NTSC version is absurdly expensive. Like, it's sometimes you won't be able to find it at all, and when you do, it will often be over $200 for a disc. So it's not the biggest speedrun community. So we want to make it as accessible to people as possible. We don't want to have like this really excessive sort of price of admission to the community. So emulators are allowed. You just have to make sure you follow the specific rules about which emulators you're using.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, this game is very expensive. Also, my GameCube is European because I'm Swiss. I live in America now, but the GameCube I own is European. So for me, I would need to then buy. Did I open these chests? Ah, trying to see the chests. Okay, yeah. I would need to buy like another full GameCube setup as well as the extremely expensive game, which is not really what I want to be using my money on right now. Okay, so now we're stuck with just Aika and Vice, but apparently the game is going to continue being very nice to me and just giving me back attacks. We take those. Does Vice KO? I think Vice kills here now because it's not so much that he leveled up, it's that he has the better weapon. He has the Assassin Blade now, so while he wasn't able to kill this last time, now he is. Very nice. On it goes.
That was fun.
So there's not going to be any chests for a little bit. We're about to deal with what I consider to be one of the... It's not like a bad part of any percent. Like, it doesn't lose you a ton of time or anything. But I consider it one of the most annoying parts of any percent. And it's the train. Basically, these enemies are not the most likely to run away, or to allow you to run away. And they heal each other. So, like, in any percent, they can be very, very annoying. But in Hundo, it's not that big of a deal. We also have the Electribox drop from the last boss that should one-shot them. My notes actually call for Pyribox, but I think that's because I haven't changed it. I'm going to try the Electribox, and should be fine. I mean, Electribox should do more damage, theoretically. Alright. Getting on through. 2 encounters is really nice if we can get through here with 2. 3 is average. 3 would still be pretty good, given how good those encounters were. We're going to get through with 2 encounters and both of them being really good. So that is a very, very nice Catacombs 2. There's a lot of cutscenes now. We're going to be doing a little bit of running, followed by cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. A tiny bit of running, followed by cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. And then we're going to do the train, followed by cutscene, cutscene. And then the game will open up a little bit after we get to Maramba, the next big town.
I don't want to be rude or anything, but for me, you just like cut out for most
really?
of what you just said. Yeah,
I am
went
not
full
sure.
on robot.
Wow, I'm not sure if that's on my end or not. I actually have talked to the tech guy a little bit. So if it is on my end, I should be able to try to fix that at the next ship battle. But, what was I saying? Ah, yeah, so we're about to see a lot of cutscenes, basically. And then, the game will sort of open up a little bit again after we get to Maramba, which is the next town. But yeah, guys, I know we're having a little bit of audio issues. We're trying to figure out if it's on my end. If it is on my end, I'm not 100% sure what it is, but usually unplugging and replugging my mic and should work. So if it is on my end, we'll do that at the next ship battle. You know, I can actually do that. Let me ask the tech guy if he wants me to try that. I could do that there's a ship battle in like 5 minutes. Like, I could try it and just see if it works.
Yes, Your Majesty.
It's a very short ship battle, but it should suffice.
The classic, have you tried turning it off and on again?
Oh, apparently it didn't cut out for chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's the most important. Okay, cool. So I think they've sorted it. In which case, everything's good. I'm not reading chat that much because I really want to focus on the game, make sure I don't mess up. But I'm sure that the tech people are reading chat. So if there are issues, feel free to let us know, and we will do our best to fix it. Obviously, the most important thing is to put on as good a show as possible. So, cool.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's why we're doing incentives and stuff instead of just racing through trying to record. I still think we can record. I will say that I believe Mini Khatan's run did YOLO Merchant, so it's hard to see what the actual comparison is right now, because the way YOLO Merchant works is, you might remember, I went to Doc, I gave him 2 Moonfish, and I had a cutscene. YOLO Merchant moves that to be a little bit later, so it's also kind of hard to compare yourself to YOLO Merchant if you didn't do the same one as the other person, because part of it is actual time save, and part of it is like just bits being moved around. But yep.
Also, speaking of incentives and bid wars, we still have the flag bid war going on. Maybe for the newer viewers, we are, I think, 1.5 hours in already. Maybe you want to re-explain it once more?
Alright, so basically, we are going to be able to pick the flag of our pirate crew later on in the run. It's also going to have a slight effect on our ship. And there are 3 options. The Vise flag, which is the boring flag, because that's what I pick in all my runs, because it saves 1 frame. It's the default option where your cursor is. It's basically a blue background with white Jolly Roger. The Ica flag, which is the wrong decision. It is a pink background with a golden cat with a coin in its mouth, which I know sounds cool, but trust me, it's the wrong decision. And then the correct flag, which is the Fina flag, which is a blue background with a white dolphin. Which fits because the ship we're going to steal, I mean, the ship that we're going to be given very legally is the Delphinus. So the dolphin flag makes sense.
And the dolphin flag is also currently leading with $230 to its name.
As it should be.
That's a good thing. Followed by Ica's flag with $60 and Vice flag currently on rank 3 with $10. So if those cat stands still want to get a cat floon on our ship, then get in those donations.
The reason I use Webley here is because I wasn't 100% sure if the Electrobox would kill, because my notes still say Pyribox. I'm actually going to change that right now. This is my routing process. A lot of the time, I'll just if I change something in my brain, I'll just change it during the run. And just that's how it'll be from now on. Electrobox makes more sense. We get it as a guaranteed drop off the last boss, and it does one-shot these guys. The Pyribox, I don't think one-shots. It does hit both, but I don't think it one-shots. And the Pyribox is very important to keep for as long as possible, because we need it for the next dungeon. During the ship battle, I'm going to run and grab a drink as well, I think. I'm now out of coffee for my first one. I have a very specific... It's excessive, but I have a specific sort of ramp-up tactic with caffeine that... I used to be a professional StarCraft player, and I'm a competitive Pokemon player now, so I use this for events as well. Where to avoid that, I get a much worse caffeine crash after the run, but in order to avoid the caffeine crash earlier, what I do is... wow, box is gone already, that's annoying. Oh, and he guards. Oh god, alright. So what I do is I start with coffee, and then I ramp up into drinks that have more and more caffeine until I hit Red Bull at the very end, and then at the end I just collapse. It's great.
Nice. I like that part of your routing is the caffeine routing.
Yeah, it's all routed. Everything is planned.
Nice.
So, losing the Electrobox kind of sucks. I used the Pyribox there. We did see that it doesn't actually double KO. But what I could do is I could combo it with Webley, so I think that's what I'll do for the last fight. There's only one more. If we get really unlucky, we'll lose the Pyre box, which will kind of suck, but it's only... So I talked about how the Crystallis box has a 12.5% chance to break. The Pyre box only has an 8% chance to break. Each box has its own sort of unique break chance based on how powerful the spell is supposed to be. So that's kind of how that works. Quicka comes in. All right, cool. Everything should be fine.
Moves, give me strength.
Oh, double Webley probably were. Oh no, I don't think I have the
Here goes.
spirit for double Webley. All right, no problems with the train. Not having the Electri box shouldn't really matter. The other thing about boxes, right, is that they don't want you to be able to like use a box and then like get resale value out of it because it like, oh, this box worth 10 times and I can just sell it back and just like make a ton of money. Boxes, most items sell for half of their retail price. Boxes sell for 1% of their retail price. So it's not like having the Electri box gives me more money. I'm missing out on 4 gold. Oh no. Just want to say thank you to everybody who's hanging out so far. I have an amazing viewer count right now. I think we're on front page as well, so hello everybody. If you guys missed the very beginning of the run, hi, my name is Pengyy. I speedrun this game a lot. I have the world record in 80%, and I will have the world record back in hundo soon. The goal is to get it today. If I don't get it today, I'll probably make it like a sub-goal on my stream to do a run in like a month or something. As much as I think that Mini Retin's run is very good, I would like to get the world record back. Kind of my thing. But yeah, if you guys are interested in Skies of Arcadia speedruns or yeah, competitive BGC Pokemon stuff / Nuzlocke stuff, follow my stream. I do a lot of that kind of stuff. It's a good time. I promise.
Let's try this.
Aika's very hurt here, but he's deciding to guard. Which is fine. I think what I'll do is I'll guard Aika next turn. I'm going to play super safe. I don't want her to miss XP. So I think I'm going to guard Aika and just hit Crystallis Fox with Vise. Oh, wait. I can just Cutlass Fury. That works too. Oh, he's guarding again. That's a little annoying. All right. Easy clap. Okay. Bit of a ship battle. So now we're getting another sort of tutorial ship battle on like how to use the ship's ultimate move. Drachma has just bought the harpoon cannon, which is the ultimate move of the Little Jack. So we're just gonna get a bit of a tutorial on how to use the harpoon cannon. So this fight is very, very easy. It does take 2 turns though, because the super moves cost quite a lot of SP. So you need to like collect some SP first and then hit it. And then we head on home, Pirate Isle.
All right, I'll jump in here really quick
Sir.
with another donation from username Niels. And he's donating another $45 saying, hey Cutlass Roth, I just realized we're finally getting the imposter fight bit reward from last summer. Will it still be fought with the joke weapons?
We can't. So, the joke weapons are actually really good weapons. So, Aika is gonna have the Swirl Meringue equipped for the entire grinding session. And Vise will have the Tuna Cutlass on for the entire grinding session. So, yes. Also, for people who weren't here for summer, basically, I did an oopsie. We put one of the donation incentives was an optional boss fight against the Imposters, which is a fun boss fight. It's a challenging one in the casual game, but It's a fun one. And then as soon, like an hour before the run started, I remembered that we can't do it in any percent because it has a swashbuckler rating threshold. So we had to do a different optional boss fight. So yeah, we're getting the donation incentive from Summer, the original one. I'm gonna leave this to you for a sec, Agama. I'm gonna go run and grab a drink.
All right. Not much to say here, but to thank username Niels again for donating. And he also donated $20 to Fina's Flag, which gives Fina's Flag a total of $250 now. So it's really pulling away. If you want to see a cat flying over the ship, then you need to get in for Ica's Flag and donate towards it.
All right. Woo. All right. So, interestingly, I want to give some shout-outs to the main routers. I've done a lot of routing myself, but the original OG route was put together by somebody that we call Kinsei for short. Oh. And since then, Beamow was the first person to do a run. He's going to join me in a little bit on the commentary desk. He is my go-to commentator on ESA. I think we have some very good chemistry. He's a very cool guy. Who will one day do another Skies run. That's the running joke. He keeps coming into Skies chat. We have a Discord server, which anyone can join. You can check that out on the speedrun.com page for Skies of Arcadia. The running joke is that he keeps saying, I'm gonna do a run in 3 weeks! And then like 3 weeks later, he's like, I got called into work! And then he never does a run. But he is a very, very good commentator to have, and he was the first person to do a run. He clocked in. You guys are all sitting there. I've seen a couple comments. A couple dozen comments. 20 hours? The very first run was 28 hours long by Beamow. Then I did a run. Basically, that was the guinea pig testing run for the route. So there were a couple of things that didn't really work as intended. So he did the guinea pig run that I then fixed. And then I did my run, which clocked in at barely sub 24. It was just 23:40 something. And then I did a couple of other runs. Demon did a run. He got world record for a while. Demon Smalls, and he did a lot of routing in that period. He improved the route quite a bit. So basically, Kinsei had the proof of concept route, if you will. I improved the proof of concept route. Then Demon did a lot of changes to my route, making it a lot better. Then I got world record back, and then Mario Naharis came in. Out of nowhere, Mario has done an any percent run now, but like for a while, Mario just showed up and was like, hi guys, I'm only gonna do hundo. And he did a ton of hundo routing, improved the route a ton. A lot of the modern day route is Mario Naharis' work, so big shout outs to him. And then Mario and I have worked pretty closely, and Mini Retin has also come up with, he's like less of a routing guy for this game, but he does a lot of runs. So he'll like try stuff out in runs and then be like, hey, this seems like a really good idea. So he's done a bit of the routing. Mario's done a fair bit of, a ton of the routing, and I've done a bit of the recent routing as well. So shout outs to the whole crew of hundo. Burns tried to do a run, an old school runner, NG Burns, who doesn't run anymore. He was the first person, I think, to try a hundo run. And he realized 18 and a half hours in that he forgot a chest, and then he never tried again. So that's how that went, unfortunately for him. But eventually we'll have some more people. I know that Armstrong wants to do a hundo run eventually. Arcadia Legend will do one eventually, but she is very much a routing person, so she wants to put together her own route, which is going to take quite a long time. And also, she's an adult with a real job. I'm an adult without a real job. I just do streaming and esports stuff, so I have a lot more of a forgiving schedule for this kind of stuff. But eventually, Arcadia Legend will pop in, and I'm really excited to see what she comes up with, because she knows this game. She and Armstrong know this game. I mean, Mario knows it super well as well. But, like, all these people know the game better than I do. I have never played this game casually. That's a little bit of a fun fact. My Skies history is, like, I borrowed it from my friend Oliver in high school, and I played through, like, the first 5 hours. And then I was like, wow, this game's really fun. And then I never played it again. And then in like 2018, I was like, I wonder if people speedrun that random Skies of Arcadia game I used to play a little bit. And people do. So then I got into the speedrun, and it turns out it's a really fun speed game if you're up for really long runs. I used to run excessively long categories in Pokemon Coliseum, which used to be my main speed game. I did one of the first ever hundo runs in that game, which was 26 and a half hours before. Now it's been super optimized. It's like 17 hours. I was like, when I knew it was like a 12, 13 hour run, I was like, ah, that's fine, I can do that. This is the last time we're gonna see this ladder, guys. Pour one out for the ladder. We're gonna add Fina to the party now, and we're gonna start picking up Chams. I do love the music in this game. The music in this game is so good. I don't remember offhand how many Chams there are. I know Arcadia Legend is in chat. I'm sure she knows. She knows all of the answers to these random questions. It's great. If I ever mess up a text option in the run, I'll just like, in the middle of the run, I'll just like message Arcadia Legend on Discord and be like, Arcadia, help me! I messed up this text option. What can I do to get that swashbuckler rating back? So I was like, all right, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna answer this answer on this one, this answer on this one, and this answer on this one, and then you'll be back on track. Like, okay, great, thanks. So Fina joins the party at level 1, which sounds really tedious, but the XP curve in this game is insanely well done. Like, this game is, in my opinion, the best turn-based JRPG that exists, for gameplay-wise. Like, I'm a huge Final Fantasy X stan. Like, Final Fantasy X is one of my all-time favorite games, but I think, like, the level curve in this game is just so good. Like, you're never going to be too over-leveled unless you're an idiot like me who's going to spend 4 hours killing loopers. But, like, if you casually play through the game, you're almost never going to be over-leveled because the amount of XP required for each level increases by quite a lot. And the main way you're going to level up is by killing bosses because they give way more XP than random enemies. So what's going to happen now is you'll notice that Fina is level 1. In, like, 3 minutes, she's going to be level 8. Just because we're going to be doing fights with more enemies, with a higher XP yield enemies, rather. Not yet, though. We have the early game, really, really weak enemies to go through first. Alright, we're gonna do this. 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 And this. We're switching to yellow first. Basically, we're gonna get the level 1 spells on a bunch of the different colors for Fina. Shoutouts to Aika for being strong enough to KO the base loopers with magic now, which is very nice.
We did it!
Is that the same red fish that we ran away from, like 1.5 hours ago?
Yes. But you can see, right? Like, the magic didn't even one-shot it now. So imagine doing that at level 3 instead of level 11.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been fun.
Now, the interesting thing is, the 1% drop that we reset for in any percent, some of us reset for in any percent, one-shots that thing. So if we get the Electribox drop early on, we don't need to run from that fight. We just use the Electribox on it, which is really nice. But we did not have that this time around. Okay. Hurry. Guard. So we got Electri on Fina. Now we're gonna get Sakri on Fina. Get her some healing ability. Then we're gonna get Pyre on her.
We did it!
And then we're going to go back to blue. We're actually going to get Pyrus on her, which is the level 2 damage spell, which is actually the third spell from the red tree. So we're going to stay on red for quite a while now, through most of the next dungeon. If you're one of my viewers who's seen recent hundos, hi. Thank you for coming and hanging out on the ESA stream. But you may notice that the discovery routing in Nasser is going to be different this time. I've actually changed the discovery routing around with Mario Naharis. We did some discussions a couple months ago. And we are cutting about half of the discoveries in Nasser now, and we're going to grab them later on instead. It's a tiny, tiny bit faster.
What tiny bit are we talking here? Like seconds, minutes?
Probably about like 20, 30 seconds tops. But it's free time save, right? There's no reason not to do it. This is how hundo routing works. Like, it sounds like 20 seconds over a 20 hour run, like that doesn't really count for anything. But when you think about it, like the most recent changes we made were like 10, 20 second saves. That adds up quite a lot.
No, yeah, it definitely makes sense. But it sounds very minuscule if you just like
oh yeah,
talk
sure.
about it like so offhandedly, you know?
So what we're cutting notably are Star Sand and Maroon Isle are being cut from here. Not quite strong enough to one-shot the spiky tomato-looking guys.
Give me strength.
Also, I would like to take the time really quick to like remind all of our viewers that this is a charity stream. So if you scroll a little bit down, you can see a big donate here button and click on that. And all donations will go towards Alzheimerfonden, which is the Swedish national fundraising organization focusing on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. The goal of Alzheimerfonden is to be an important research financier in this work. In the absence of effective medicines, it is important to research the best preventive measures for Alzheimer's disease. So every donation goes towards them. It's a good cause, so please keep donating.
We also just got our first Moonberry drop of the run. Very nice to have. If we get 2, I think it's 2, it might be 3, we can turn a really annoying boss to stone, and he becomes trivial. If we get 5, we can turn him to stone and one-shot him, which is great. So it's always nice to have some extra Moonberries. So we're going to cross into the Nasser region now. Going to go into a different country and pick up a couple of these discoveries. The Wandering Lake is going to be the first one. Up here is going to be the Sandfalls. And down here is going to be the Oasis. Now, if I was to turn to the right, I would have access to 2 more discoveries, the Star Sand and the Maroon Island, but it is faster for me to now just go into Miranda, so... Ooh, a back attack, but it's loopers. Alright, so the loopers, all of the loopers that are not standard white loopers drop an item called the Black Map. It is a 2% drop, and it is the most important drop in Hundo. Basically what it does is it increases the encounter chance, which is very important for the grinding session. We want this as early as possible, because I would like to have one before I go into the grinding session. So, every time we run into loopers, we're praying for a drop. Unfortunately, they also have a high tendency to run away, so no drops there. Whoops. We're also skipping Topple Rocks. That's the other discovery we're skipping right now. Get up a little later. We're going to be coming into Maramba more than any other town over the course of the run because there is a side quest. It's an excessive fetch quest that's very annoying. It's called the Cabal Skewer quest. And we're going to be doing portions of it throughout the run, which basically relies on us going back and forth between Maramba and a place called Esperanza. A little bit annoying. So we'll be here quite a lot. So we have plenty of opportunities to pick up the other discoveries.
One thing that I was wondering is, I think we're 2 hours into the run now, and I think we said that we wanted to have split updates every hour. So
yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to judge right now because Mini Retin went for YOLO Merchant and I didn't, which is a time save for Mini Retin, but it also means that there's a bunch of stuff that he's doing in this split that I didn't do in this split because I did it earlier. So the splits currently say that we're 3.5 minutes behind, but it's probably closer to like 40 seconds. So I'll update you guys at the 3-hour mark. Ooh, Mystery Merchant's here. That's very nice. We're going to restock on Crystallis boxes here, on top of selling all the discoveries. Don't remember if I looked at that earlier, so grab that. You need to look at the wanted thing in order to spawn them. Hey. We're gonna sell some items. Clear up the boxes a little bit. I want to make sure that the Crystallis box is as close to the top as possible. Curia Crystal, that for now. Sell this, this. Nope, cancel that. Okay. We're gonna buy the Slayer Ring now. Throw that on Ica. And we're gonna buy the Crystallis boxes. Save this much gold. We have 11 Crystallis boxes now, which should be more than enough. I saved that money because I need to buy NASA Combat Mail, and I think I actually am saving more money than I need to. Oh, right. No. This is because, yeah, I get it. We are buying the Nazarian mails, which is another item that's going to be very, very important for us over the course of the run. We're going to be picking up Nazarian mail because that basically lowers the amount of red damage we take to a trivial amount, which is very important for several boss fights, including the Rupee and Barda boss fight that's going to be coming up in about an hour. And we buy them all now because we can.
I was wondering something.
Yeah?
How are you supposed to find those discoveries when you're like casually playthrough? Is it just like randomly visiting the islands, or can you find like a map or something?
That is a good question. So you can buy hints. The hints are bad. You're gonna have a bad time playing casually, honestly. Like, some of them are really bad.
That sounds great.
So, there are a couple of other chests that I'm gonna get on the other side that I didn't get yet. Agama, can you do me a favor and remind me, actually? When I go back to the other side of town, just poke me about the chests.
I can do.
The Slapara box and the Nasser Combat Mail that I was supposed to get.
Alright.
First things first, go pick up a Moonberry. This well is also one of the absolute worst places in a casual playthrough. You'll see why. This well is a bad place. Basically, it's a puzzle that gets us access to 2 items. One of them is useful. One of them is one that we already have, but it's nice to have 2 gems of fluidity at different parts of the game. Gem of fluidity basically is it adds to our defense and also makes us immune to the stone status. which is one of the most common status afflictions that bosses will try to use on us in the game. I'm gonna, if you have any donations, now's a good time, because I'm gonna be quiet while I focus on this stupid maze.
I can give everyone another update on the flag pit war. We're currently sitting at $60 for Ica's flag, which is the cat flag. We're sitting on $250 for Fina's flag, which is the dolphin flag. And we're sitting on $10 for Vi's flag, which is the Jolly Roger. So if you want to see that changed, and if you want to have not a dolphin on your flag, if you want to have a classic flag like the Jolly Roger, then please get in your donations towards the Spit War. We're also currently at $100 for the incentive that Cupel eats Ramirez at the end of the game. So there's 650 left there. I'm sure we will reach that, but if
really
you don't care about
that.
the flag, get in your donations towards this incentive. And we have $50 to use Blue Rogues out of 750, which is a pretty cool attack that is a fan favorite and features a lot of characters that we otherwise wouldn't see as much. So you can also donate towards this.
Yep. Okay, so we got through the maze down there. It's an interesting maze. There's actually multiple ways to complete that maze. Big shoutouts to Mario Naharis for making a map for the notes. It's really annoying. You can get lost in that place very, very easily. I think I spent like 8 minutes there on my first ever hundo attempt. It's very, very bad. All right, a little bit of a cutscene here. We're not actually buying the Nazarian Mail yet. I was wrong. Yeah, that's right. We're getting the Glyphs of Might and the Glyphs of Speed, which are also very, very important items. They act as buffs for Vise and the whole party, respectively, that will allow Vise to bop most of the bosses. You're going to notice that all of the bosses that don't get Crystallis boxes spammed on them are going to get bopped by Vise, because Vise becomes very, very broken the longer the game goes on.
Alright, you're returning to the other part of the town, so
Yep.
I was set to remind you of the Nasara box and the combat mail chests.
Thank you. This is where the combat mail is. Hop on in here. A little bit more optimal if I'd done this earlier, but it's fine. Go ahead and do a quick little menu here. Mantle. Combat mail. Solidity. And, oh, hold on. I'm actually going to do this as well. Did I put Slayer Ring on Vise? I feel like I should put the Slayer Ring on Vise. Yeah, let's put the Slayer Ring on Vise. The Slayer Ring basically speeds us up a bit. Makes you a little bit faster, increases the chances of you going first. Usually it's on Ica, because she's the fastest party member anyway, but for the next dungeon, she's basically just going to be spamming an ability called Delta Shield, which, for all the Pokemon players out there, an easy way to understand it is that it has priority. So it's the first thing that'll ever happen, and it basically protects us from magic, which is important because there are enemies in the next area that will spam an ability called Slipara, which will put the entire party to sleep. So it's... And if that happens, we're set to lose a couple of minutes. So Delta Shield's pretty good. In the meantime, we're going to run on by the item shop. The reason I do the item shop a little bit later is because we got the 300 gold from that other chest. Allows me to buy a couple more glyphs. 30 of those. 5 of those. Cool. Camera angles don't always behave in this game. Be a little bit annoying sometimes. Every time you hear like cute, cute, that means there's a cham nearby. Chams are always invisible, but Cupel will be your little guide on where they are. When you get really close to one, like a little bit of a thing will pop up in like the top left of the screen. You'll see that in a second. Yep. Then you can just like mash A on the ground until you find the cham. And my notes say to equip the Slayer Ring on Ica. That is wrong, guys. We're gonna rest at the inn here, real quick.
By the way, you were wondering earlier how many champs there are, and I kind of heard the answer, and it's 30 champs and 3 Aberic champs.
Yep, that makes sense. Aberic chams are basically super chams. Chams act as XP for Cupel. He needs a certain amount to ascend to the next level. Aberic chams are basically, to put it in Pokemon terms again, they're basically rare candies. They just put him at the next level, regardless of how much farther there is to go. And to get Final Cupel, you need all 30 chams and also the Aberic chams. 2 of the Aberic chams are very easy. They won't take very long at all. And one of them is that stupid fetch quest I was talking about earlier, which takes quite a long time. And now we're heading off to the next dungeon. This one is one that I will do a safety save before. Probably not necessary. But I talked about how you can get, like, mass sleeped. If I get, like, back attacked and mass sleeped in the first fight, I'll just reset to the save. Because it's probably just legitimately faster.
Hey?
I'll knock on wood, because we avoided all the bad scenarios until now.
Yeah, it's been pretty good, honestly.
Going.
Been pretty good. I've made a couple of very minor mistakes myself, but RNG's been solid. Can't really complain. This is where we're gonna need a lot of good RNG in a row, though. Or at least just, like, a long time of no bad RNG. We don't need, like, good RNG here, but, like... No bad RNG, please. No back attacks, please. Right? East we go. Look at that nice, pretty pyramid. One more fight beforehand. I really don't mind this fight at all. Fights in this area are so much more XP, so it's nice to be able to get Fina just a tiny, tiny bit more. That being said, I'm really not thrilled about the enemy composition we have here. The beetle dude, that's the guy who spams sleep. The bird is guarding, that's annoying. That can use an ability called Attorney, which we talked about a little bit earlier, which is an automatic kill. And then the big bird, the really big bird just takes forever to kill, so not thrilled about this enemy composition. This counterattack's gonna do nothing as well. A little bit annoying, but it's okay. The poison's kind of nice. I can just kind of leave the Asbeth alone now, I guess. Go after the Stone Beak here. I guess I'll drop a Pyre Box as well here. Why not? Yeah, I'm glad I dropped the Pyre Box. The birds can drop an item called the Sylbite Ring, which prevents us from getting hit with instant death. It's also nice to have, It doesn't speed up the run at all, but it makes the run a little bit safer. So if we get a drop from that, I think it's a 4%. If we get that drop, that'd be kind of nice. Yeah, this is the sleep ability. This is why I use Delta Shield against this. Even if there's only one of them, still want to use Delta Shield there.
That was easy.
Yeah, 2 more levels on Fina there. Another Moonberry! Very nice! 2 Moonberry drops in quick succession. We take those. For those who missed the explanation a little bit earlier, Moonberries are the item that allows us to unlock additional super moves. Most of them are just scattered around in chests, and we'll be getting them anyway because we need all the chests. But they are a 1% drop from every enemy, pretty much, in the game, with a couple of exceptions. They cannot drop off of like Civil and Bane, for example, but other than that, they drop off of pretty much everything with a 1% chance. And just getting them in Hundo just allows us to unlock certain super moves a little bit earlier. Entering here with Fina at level 6 is a little bit yikes. Even in any percent, you really don't want her to be below like level 7 when you walk in here. Just because it increases the chances of getting back attacked a little bit, but we can offset that by the fact that Vise and Ica are a higher level than they would normally be. So, shouldn't be a problem. Knock on wood. Gonna do our safety save here. Ah. Alright, apparently B-Mao is going to be ready to go in like 5 or 10 minutes. So we'll have some additional commentary action coming your way. Should be fun. Hopefully he doesn't miss any memes. Now, Temple of Purin is an interesting place. In Hundo, there are a lot of chests here. It's one of the only places outside of the Civil and Bane chests, which I'll explain in a little bit, where all of the chests are guarded by enemies. So there are enemies called the Magma Tikis that we'll have to fight every single time we open a chest here. But they're pretty cool because they have an 8% chance of dropping a Pyre Box, and there's 3 of them at every chest. So there's a good chance that we get a backup Pyre Box here, which is really, really nice. A lot of these fights, though. I mean, it's also nice because it's free XP for Fina. Why are my Crystallis boxes still so low in the bag? I just sold a bunch of stuff specifically for that reason. The inventory works in mysterious ways in this game as well.
Here goes.
Let's try this.
It's great to hear you say that's like the greatest JRPG except for Final Fantasy X, and then like go on multiple like things in the next half hour, like, oh yeah, this is not working, and this is very hard, and this inventory is very weird.
I mean, to be entirely fair though, if you're not a speedrunner, are you really gonna notice if like the items in your inventory aren't in the same place they were last time? Like, that's not really something you'll notice as a casual player.
No, I mean, probably not. I mean, maybe you will from like modern games because they like, you know, sort it by default and stuff like that.
Right.
But back in the day, you probably wouldn't. And I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even care to.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, just an extra thing you need to be a little bit careful about in Skies when you're speedrunning. I enjoy the music in this dungeon. Nice and chill. That's the vibe.
The music is pretty good overall, to be honest.
Oh yeah, this game has an excellent soundtrack. The way I kind of describe it, right, is it doesn't have the kind of soundtrack that I would like listen to outside of playing the game. So like Final Fantasy, all of the Final Fantasy games have like amazing soundtracks that like you'll like crack that open on Spotify no problem. But like this, what I think this soundtrack does super well is it sets the tone for the game really, really well. So while I wouldn't like listen to it on Spotify, like in the context of playing the game, it has one of the best soundtracks. In my opinion, it just has such a good soundtrack. Nice little back attack there, always nice. Gotten a lot of those today.
That was easy.
Increm, one more fire spell on Ica, or on Vina rather, and then we'll be switching over to blue.
Yeah, one last thing for the music.
Mhm.
Last time around, when we did any percent, I couldn't actually listen to the music because of the way like this whole stream was set up. Otherwise,
Right.
I would have had you double. And this time I can actually do that. So shout out to the tech crew for making it possible.
Awesome. I'm glad you don't have to miss out. Especially some of the town themes. Oh, like, the Yafutoma music is so good. The Horteka music's the best music in the game. Can't wait. Okay, this is a little bit yikes. We're gonna drop a Pyre Box. We will use Delta Shield here. The Dung Beetles here also use Slipara. They're basically the same enemies, they just look a little different.
Here goes.
Now Box Break is good. Down they go. Okay, Crystallis Box. So we're gonna use Crystallis Boxes on the red loopers and on these guys. They're called Death's Heads, just because they have an insane amount of HP. A little faster to do that.
Here goes.
I don't remember if I counted that fight, so we'll see. Whenever I'm not sure if I counted a fight or not on my enemy counter that you guys can't see, I just don't count it. It's better to be too low than too high, and I'm always gonna double check anyway later on at the guy on Hamacho Island, which is nice.
Here goes.
3 more of these lads going down.
Let's try this. Let's try this.
So there's a meme in the community that Fina just has like Butterfingers and drops the boxes all the time. Notice that Fina has broken 2 boxes while nobody else has broken one in this dungeon already. I don't know what, like, it's such a meme that at one point we considered, like, we asked the data miners if they could, like, check if she has an increased chance to break boxes. And, like, she doesn't. She just consistently breaks boxes more than everyone else for some reason. It's very strange. Alright, we're just gonna let this boulder pass. That does 300 damage to everybody in your party if it hits you. Which isn't, like, the worst thing in the world, but might as well not. Okay, these little puzzles are all super easy as well, which is nice. This is a long dungeon. We're gonna be here for a while, guys. Let me count how many more chests we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more chests. And a cham and a moonfish.
What are you going to do if you fail the riddle that we just, the puzzle that you just solved? Can you like just go out of the room and come back in to reset it?
I think so? I've never actually failed the puzzles before. So just follow my notes. I think you just like reset the puzzle and come back in. We still haven't gotten an extra Pyre box. I'd love to get one out of one of these 3 chests that we're about to go in for.
Try this.
That would be nice. Okay. B-Mao is almost ready to go. We're just going to get him set up, and then we'll have ourselves another commentator in here.
Let's try this.
That was easy.
Still no Pyre box. Okay. What do we got here? Ooh! Alright. We're gonna go after the Lupulons here. Not surprising to see at least one of them run, but we would love to get a black map as quickly as possible. So we're only gonna have one shot at it here this time, but hopefully we can grab one off of this lad here. The reason we box these is that for physical attacks, they have extremely high dodge, and you can't dodge magic, and the boxes are technically magic. But they have insanely high magic defense, so using a normal magic spell on them won't do anything. Boxes, though, are so broken that they'll still kill them. They even kill the green loopers, which are the next ones, as long as they don't guard. Black map? Yeah, anyway. We'll have more opportunities.
All right, and I would like to take this opportunity to read another donation, a quick one.
Yes,
Which
absolutely.
is $20 from Race Pro UK. Thank you for your donation. It's much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
It also has no comment.
How much money have we raised so far, out of curiosity? I don't have the stream running, so I can't see the ticker.
Yeah, give me a second. So right now we're at $505,
Ooh.
which means that the $20 donations that I just read brought us to $500. So hey, first little
Awesome.
goal reached.
Yeah. We raised, I think, 7,000 during the any percent run. So let's try to top that. We have about 17 and a half hours. I believe in us.
Yeah, just $6,500 more dollars. But let's do this. I'm fairly confident we can.
I think so.
I think so
Crack
as well.
opens. Oh, B-Mao!
Oh,
Hey! How's it going, buddy?
Not too bad. How's everyone doing?
Oh, not bad at all. Hello, everybody. Welcome B-Mao to the stream. He is my go-to commentator when I do marathon runs. You may be familiar with him as the representative of the Kitty Crusaders.
That's true.
From summer. We are doing the flag incentive once again, and your team is getting destroyed.
Oh, hold up. Oh, I gotta see. Do we have the
Here goes.
The thing
I can give you an update.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, please.
It's leading currently is Fina with $250, followed by Aika with $60, and on rank 3 is Vice with 10.
Wow.
Yep. I've switched my allegiance since Armstrong can't be with us today. I am taking over the mantle of representing the FINA flag.
Okay.
So
I will always forever be the Ica flag. So.
and it's okay to be wrong. It is okay to be wrong. Fiery box, yes. Okay, nice. Very, very good.
So how's the run been going so far? I actually just got home a little while ago.
Really good. Really nothing to complain about whatsoever. We had really good catacombs.
Okay.
Really good Shrine Island. I golded Shrine Island. I golded Sentinel.
Oh, nice.
We did not go for YOLO merch.
Okay.
But everything's going pretty well so far. I made a couple flubs. I forgot to talk to the weapon guy in Sailor's Island.
Yeah, I've done that so many times.
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do it all the time. Old school muscle memory coming back. But yeah, I mean, it's going pretty well so far. Can you do me a favor, B-Mao?
Sure, what's up?
Would you do me the favor of opening my notes and keeping an eye on all the chests to make sure I don't miss one?
Absolutely.
In my last attempt, I missed one chest. It was the one at the very, very end of Rixus. Now, the upside, I did explain this to people on the stream a little earlier. technically I need 100% of chests to complete the run. If something were to go terribly, terribly wrong, and I miss one chest, we're still going to be able to unlock everything else we need for Hundo. So I'll still be able to finish the run and the show will go on. I just won't be able to submit the run. But from the perspective of the broadcast, everything will be fine.
Could you actually send me your 100% notes?
I will do that when we get into the boss fight.
Sure.
I am definitely fine. Where's the channel? I'm definitely fine so far. So we got the 527 gold, we got the ancient robe, then we had the puzzle. I picked up 3 chests after the puzzle. And yeah, that's where we are now. We got the Cham, Moonberry coming in next. Cool. Ah, no!
Retreat.
Okay, we failed the run. This is good. Misclick. I think she's still here. Arcadia Legend. You don't lose swashbuckler rating if you fail to run, right? Like, I'm pretty sure you don't, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think you do.
I'd be weirded out if you did, but it's worth double checking with the expert. What a perfect time to fail running.
I don't think I've ever tried running from these guys.
I used to run from these guys when we got this Moonberry in any percent.
Oh,
which is
perfect.
funny because this is exactly that fight. This is the same chest.
Let's try this.
Minnie sent it to me real quick too, so that is
Ooh,
fantastic.
excellent.
Thank you.
Minnie.
All right, let me actually separate this. Let's put that there.
Thank you, Arcadia.
Minimize that. Let's put that there. Close that.
Ooh, another Pyre box. Hell yeah, let's go.
You should try the Pyre box on the Grapers later. See if it actually does like first turn them. Because I tried that earlier during the one run we did not too long ago, and it was working pretty well.
That's not a bad idea. That's really not a bad idea. I mean, I'll have enough of them. I have 3 Pyre boxes now.
Where is... Okay, you are...
I'm just about to pick up the magic droplets.
Okay, alright.
I'm pretty sure I missed like 6 enemies on my enemy counter, but it's fine.
Yeah, you'll get to update it a little later once you get the,
Yep. Now, the one thing we're missing so far from our good RNG spell is we do not have a black map yet.
Here goes.
So
We still got plenty of time.
we do. Now, for those of you who are not aware, BMAO once got like 27 black maps in a hundo run. And that was before we started grinding on loopers in the grinding session. So now that we have the patron saint of black flags in here, we should have an increased chance of getting them. We do have 2 Moonberries as well, so the possibility of Pirates Wrathing Ricktalish is on the board. It's not a guarantee yet, but maybe.
I certainly hope so. I absolutely hope so. I hate that bird.
Oh yeah, we all do. On my stream, which is a less PG-friendly stream than this one, we call it the FU bird.
Let's try this.
It's great.
Just like, yes, do you like a boss that does 1,000,002 things that potentially could just either one-shot a bunch of your team or, put them to sleep or confuse them? It's great. It's great.
The other great thing is that you buff Vise at the beginning of all these boss fights, and for some reason, if he gets confused, he loses his buff.
Yeah,
which is a fun mechanic.
That always gets me every time. Where is... Oh, right. I told my brother that I was going to send the link to the stream, and...
Oh, there are 2 of them! Gotta get some prequel memes in there. Alright, Sibyl Bane coming up is the last chest. Now, I said I was gonna explain Sibyl Bane. Basically, every dungeon has a Sibyl Bane, which is just a dude guarding a chest, and the item in that chest is always just a money item that you just sell for absurd amounts of money. Sibyl Bane himself gives a lot of money as well, and it also just gives a lot of XP. It's basically an optional mini-boss. They're a nice way to grab a lot of extra money, though, and a lot of extra XP.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, another back attack. Very nice. We've been getting so many back attacks today. Like, in our favor.
Here goes.
And it's a 7 counter as well, with 2 Lupulons. Black map, black map, black map.
Let's try this.
Hey, you're definitely going to be good for the for later with all those that Pyre box. Let's see.
Yeah, it's been behaving. Crystallis box has been behaving too. Literally, as I'm saying the words, she breaks one. Okay, like, we're still doing really well on Crystallis boxes, but you had to do it then, Aika.
Oh, of course.
As the words are leaving my mouth.
Ah, man, I've been wanting to get a run in for the last couple of days. I got my capture card back. I need to hook my Wii back up so I can actually run for me properly, because I can't. Something about it just not the same for me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see, what do we got here? Another back attack. It never ends. So my Pyre box is in a perfect location. It's just one input. You weren't here for this. My Crystallis boxes are in the middle, and I sold a bunch of items to get them to the top, and it's still in the middle, and I don't know why.
That is like the weirdest spot for it.
I know. Quick, we need Webless from the blue, which is the third blue spell. We need Webless on the 3 main people. Webless is going to be an important way for us to deal with 2 of the upcoming ship battles in the Ixataka airspace.
Yes. Make sure you have that. So this way you don't do it and ended up happening to me.
Yep.
It was an absolute mess.
Man, I have in under Chameleon 2 in my Hundo notes, I have in like 24 size font, bold, highlighted in red, do not try to be fancy on this fight. Because I've lost to that fight before by being like, oh, I think I could save an animation by doing this thing. No, follow the notes.
Let us be thankful.
So, fun fact, Bimao, you might remember Agama, who's our current reader, was our reader for part of the any % run last time. And not only that, but Maud, who was another reader from last time, is also going to be joining us later. So we got the whole crew back together except for Armstrong. So we're doing this for Armstrong.
Nice.
Okay. Also, I do have another donation.
Ooh, yes.
Sure.
We've got $5 from Riddix saying, good luck to Penguin on the run. Might not be able to watch the whole thing, but all the best, my guy.
Thank you.
And
Riddix
those $5 go towards Vice Flag.
Okay, all right. I can dig it.
Which has a grand total of $15 to its name now. Which is still a fourth of what Ike's flag has. And I don't want to do the math of how few it has compared to Fina's flag.
Fina.
I believe in the Kitty Crusaders. I think they'll pull through in the end. We'll get the.
They'll snipe it with 2 minutes left again, as is tradition.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna run down to the boss room, pick up a moonfish, and then bop the next boss. Looking pretty good for this split. I'm pretty happy with this so far.
Oh, you actually got some extra levels in here too, which is funny because like your levels are normally what ends up happening when I do just any % runs in here, because I normally take like all the fights in here. So like you're gonna have like the easiest time on Rockworm like this.
It's really weird for me, right? Like in any %. Like theoretically, I always try, whenever it's not unfeasible, I try to run on like what could theoretically be the fastest possible strat. And it is the fastest possible thing if you successfully run from every fight, right?
Right.
But like that's also like the chance to run from some of these fights is like kind of low. So what I end up doing in any % is hold on, quick. Okay, buys. So what ends up happening for me is I end up like taking fights until my Pyre box breaks and then just running from the rest. It's like kind of a middle ground.
That's a safe way to do it.
Alright, so this fight can go a little sideways if he decides to spam an attack called Volcanic Blast. Hopefully he doesn't. I will take this a little bit safer than I normally would in an average run because While in any percent, it's fine to XP funnel Vise. In Hundo, we really do not want Ica and Fina to be missing out on XP. So,
No.
Yeah, it's kind of important. So we're gonna go ahead and drop some boxes, and drop a Glyph of Might on our boy. Kick things off. And another box break. We only had one box break in Valois, so this is like kind of okay. I came in here with 11, which is more than you would normally have, and I'm gonna be picking up more again afterwards, so we should be fine. Like, the box breaks are now beginning to get a little annoying, but they're not reaching concerning levels as of this point.
Yeah, we'll at least have another spot soon to pick up some more, so that's not too bad.
That crit's okay. Anything that's not Volcanic Blast is okay. He has an attack called Cinderstorm that petrifies somebody. The perfect thing that can happen is for him to use that on Vise, because we equipped Vise with the Gem of Fluidity, making him immune to the stone status. So Cinderstorm on Vise is the best possible case, but also just like general normal attacks are fine too. Anything that's not Volcanic Blast. And even one Volcanic Blast is okay. It's really anything that's not back-to-back Volcanic Blast.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Loud knock on wood. Another box break, though. Not bad. Here it comes. Yep. All right. Gonna take an opportunity to heal up real quick. Vise actually, Ica doesn't need healing either. So I guess we'll just we'll drop a Sakras Crystal on Fina. I sold all my Sakras Crystals specifically to get the Crystallis boxes higher in the inventory, and it didn't work. So I only have the 3 that we picked up in here.
So the boxes actually have every box in the game that you get, there's different ones. Like you have Pyre box, you have the Crystallize box, so on and so forth. All of them have a percentage chance to break. They're supposed to have, like, the text says anywhere from like 7 to 8 uses or something like that on the box. The reality of it is that the box has a percentage chance to break, and it's not necessarily 7 to 8 tries. It could be a lot more than that.
Oh, hold on, B-Mail. I need everybody to listen real close, because the sound that is not supposed to be heard is going to be heard. 1 minute. Let's see. About to have it. Double level up on Fina's nice.
It's a new lap record.
That is a 5-minute and 45-second time save, ladies and gentlemen. We are now 2 minutes ahead of record. Very illegal, very cool. So, we're done with this area. We have some ship battles now, during which I'm going to be running around, stretching my legs a little bit. That's also very, very important during these runs.
Yes.
Get up, stretch your legs. Yeah, so we had a very good split. There are a lot of small things that can go wrong in this split. The one thing, first, we got very few encounters in the overworld. We honestly got not very many encounters in the dungeon as well. We got 0 back attacks against us and a lot of back attacks in our favor. Back attacks in our favor save about 10 seconds each on top of a perfect other encounter, because I don't have to use Delta Shield, which is always the first thing that gets cast. So every back attack that I get in my favor saves a minimum of 10 seconds towards if it had not been a back attack. Plus, we also have the difference in routing from, I mentioned this a little bit earlier. We cut out 3 discoveries that we're adding in later instead. So the Maroon Isle, the Star Sand, and the Topple Rock, we'll get them a little bit later. And we didn't do YOLO merch, so we didn't have to get the 2 extra dock Moonfish. So a lot of things added up to a very nice time save here for this split. It's also an hour-long split, so there's a lot of time to save in it. It's the longest split in the entire game, including the grind session, because I split up my grind session into multiple splits.
Good. Oh my god.
Did I tell you my new grind session strat?
No.
You don't kill the giant looper, and you leave it there until you need a bathroom break.
You know what? That's actually really smart. That's really smart. I like that.
Yeah. The giant looper is an optional boss that we do have to fight, and it flies around to the area that we use as the grinding section. So it's perfectly fine to use for that. Yeah, oh no, 100%. She was evil all the time.
100% has changed quite a bit since the
28-hour run.
Yeah, since my run. I did one a couple years ago at this point, but I was the first one to complete it, and it was 27 hours and change or something like that.
I think it was 2804 or something even.
It might have been that.
It was a lot.
All I know is that at the end of it, I was just like, I'm going to bed. I don't want to see anything. I just want to sleep. And I felt terrible.
Yeah,
that was the last time I did that.
The longest run I've ever done was my first ever run of Pokemon Coliseum 100%, which was 26 and a half hours.
Oh.
And it also felt very bad.
That is the worst feeling.
Like, I've done 24-hour streams, like not often, but like a few times a year. But like every hour after 24 just gets exponentially harder.
Yeah. I think the worst of it though is the grind, like where we had the grind session originally.
The grind session was at the very, very end of the game originally. Now it's like halfway through.
Yeah, that's not like that's significantly nicer.
Oh
so
yeah.
now it's like it at least makes it tolerable.
Yep, it's also about an hour shorter because we're in a much more efficient grinding place. Maybe not an hour, like half an hour to 45 minutes shorter now. Because I remember the original grind session was what, like 5 hours?
It was something like that, yeah.
It
was
350
long.
now.
That's not bad.
No, it's really not. Because in Looperland, you can't run into less than 3 in any given fight. It's like 3, 4, 6, and 7 are like the numbers you can run into.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't done 100% in a while, so I don't...
Do it.
I don't know if I can do a 100% run, but I definitely will try. I have a plan to do something
definitely will try. Now that is some B-Mouse speak right there. I will absolutely maybe do it.
There's a chance I might. We're
I was
gonna
telling
see
them
what
earlier
happens.
that like this is my favorite meme in the speedrun community. When will B-Mouse run?
Yeah. It really is. It's just like, I'm gonna do a run, and then I just never get to do it, and I'm like, I should probably do that.
Yeah, it's like the whole community gets hyped up for like 3 weeks, and then B-Mouse pops in and goes, I was called into work, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the real
I'm
events of
actually,
happening.
I am 100% sure that your boss is a lurker in the skies of Arcadia Discord, and he's like a Final Fantasy fan that's like trying to disrupt the skies community,
No.
sabotage it from the inside.
So you're saying there's a chance.
All right, Recuman, very easy fight. I'm gonna leave you to it, B-Mouse. I'm gonna run around for this whole fight. I'm not gonna be able to hear you.
Fun. Pimo, will you do a run if we beat the total of donations that we collected last time? If we have more than 7,500 that we got last time?
You know what? Yeah, absolutely. I will. Well, I have. So the good news, I guess it's kind of good. It's kind of bad at the same time. I do have a lot more free time right now. So I was planning on doing one this week coming up, but we'll see. What with the ESA running, I might have that. I might have that on all week. I don't know. So I might do it after.
Nice. Well, yeah, speaking of donations, I got a few while our runner is running around. We got $100 from Roman saying,
Ooh.
"Oh, can he hear me right now? Does he have his headphones on? I don't know. I will tell him afterwards." So the donation from Roman says, "Hey bud, met you at HU hard. Keep up the good work." And from those $100, all of them go towards Ica's flag.
Very nice.
And right after, we've got $50 from username Niels saying, "This guy really believes in the Kitty Crusaders, huh?"
Absolutely.
And 25 of those dollars go towards Fina's flag.
Ah, okay.
And the other 25 go towards Blue Rogues.
Oh, are we doing the Blue Rogues instead of again?
Yeah, we do have, it's a $750 incentive.
Okay.
And we're currently at, well, give me a second, at $75.
Okay. I'm assuming that's probably like towards the end of the game, so that one we have plenty of time on that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 1/10 now, so
Yeah.
let's do this. We also have the Pupil Eats Ramirez incentive, which currently sets at $100, and we will need $750 to make that happen.
Okay. Oh, those are good. Those are really good.
Popping back in for a hot minute real quick. This fight, I'm sure you already explained this, but this fight's basically an auto-scroller, so I don't need to be here for it.
Yeah, I actually didn't explain this one yet because we were going over donations while you were up and about.
Yeah, so basically, did I miss any big ones?
Yeah, you missed a $100 donation from
Woo!
Roman.
Oh,
Saying,
Roman!
hey bud, met you at HU. Hard. Keep up the good work.
Awesome.
And he donates all of the $100 towards the Icus flag choice.
Amazing. What a wonderful human being. Wait, Icus flag? Okay, no. Yeah, throw it out. Charge it back.
I mean,
Okay.
look, they're choosing the right flag. I can't be upset.
So basically, the way this auto scroller works is that this fight it's an outlasting fight, right? So it's like as long as you survive 5 turns, you win. So the way this works is that we always guard on the turn where it's attacking with Drachma, who has much better defense than everyone else, and then we just heal. And the rest of it, it's literally just guarding. And then the fight after this is like effectively an auto scroller. Like it's not, but there's nothing that can really go wrong as long as you follow the notes. So for our intents and purposes, it's basically an auto scroller again.
Yeah, these fights have. I know now it's like a lot shorter than it used to be, but now it's like everything is so streamlined for these fights. It's actually really good, with the exception to one fight later.
So the funny thing is that like in any percent we got to this point quite a while ago, but in Hundo we've also gotten to this point now where Mario Naharis, who I've given credit a couple times and I'll keep giving credit, a lot of the routing that he's put into is minimizing the amount of times you need to use super moves on ship battles. Arcadia Legend's already done this a lot in any percent, but the super moves take forever. They're like 20-second animations. So anytime you can cut them out, I talked about how like webless is going to be important on the chameleon fights. Basically, it's important because it allows us to not use harpoon cannon 2 or 3 times. So it's a lot of the ship battle routing is entirely to just prevent using super moves more than you need to.
That definitely does make it a lot better overall.
Yeah, it's a surprising amount of time that it adds up to be.
Yeah, because it looks like because it didn't even the next fight just one.
Yep.
There, so yeah, it's definitely.
And like this S move, like the harpoon cannon, is actually not that much. It's not like that much longer. It's the moonstone cannon later on that's just an extremely long animation. But it's not as long an animation as the Blue Rogues animation that I'll have to do if you guys donate to that incentive.
I didn't know that was an incentive again, so now that I know, like, I'm excited for that.
The incentives are to kill a boss with Blue Rogues, the ship, the flag bid war, and also to kill Ramirez 2 with Final Pupil.
That's gonna be so good.
Yes, it's gonna be excellent. There should just be a text option now, and then one more turn. So I'll stick around for the rest of this fight, and then I'll spend the next fight running around as well.
Yeah, speaking of running around, I would have gotten back a little sooner, but I had to do a few things prior, so I was like,
All good. Agama is a wonderful person to have as a pseudo commentator, so it's all good. And third, wait, Harpoon Cannon last, Rocket Card red, Sakura. A little bit of a slow menu there, but it's fine. Yeah, this boss catches a lot of casual players off guard because the way you're meant to do it is if you hit it with a main cannon and a sub cannon on the same turn, it'll miss. But that's not explained to you like very well. Like it's one text box that it's like hinted at, but the ship doesn't come with any sub cannons, so you have to buy a sub cannon that's like otherwise totally useless. So a lot of people will just like try the sub cannon out and be like, well, this is garbage, and then they'll unequip it and then they'll come into this fight and die. So like it's a little weird.
Yeah, I remember this definitely caught me off guard the first time I got to this point. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and you do have like very little time to purchase that cannon, so it's just like you have a chance to do it, and like, all right, well, I guess I'll.
You have to buy it in Valois. There's nowhere else you can buy it. I guess like if you go back to Sailor's Island, you can buy one, but like the natural progression of the game, the only time you can buy it is in Pirate Isle or is in Valois, because naturally you probably won't go back to Sailor's Island, and when you get to Maramba, he leaves, so you don't have the ability to buy ship weapons. So it's not great.
I don't think I actually did ever do that in a casual run at all. Now that I'm thinking about it, like just trying to remember where you could purchase it. I think I normally just went right to the next.
Yep.
Go right to Maramba from there.
So sub-cannons are not useless. They're useless on the Little Jack. Later games, sub-cannons are going to be a huge part of our routing.
Sub-cannons get really good.
Sub-cannons on the Delphinus are super good. And it's funny because for a long time, we just assumed they were bad in speedruns in any percent. Like, there were no sub-cannons in the route for many, many years.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think the sub-cannons really came a thing until...
Burns did 10-inch cannon coil once. And then Arcadia Legend was like, what if we just did all the sub-cannons? And it was very, very smart. All right. Battle number 2.
Ah, yes, the Lynx. Yeah, this one is, in a sense, very similar to the last one, except this time you can actually, it does have a little more to it. Like, you have to actually do some attacks. But it's, once you figure out what rotation you need to do, like follow the notes for it, it's super, super easy. Yeah, secondary cannons and torpedoes are the go-to route with the Delphinus, which is really, really, really good. Especially towards the last couple of fights.
Right, I would jump in here really quick.
Sure.
Or like maybe even a bit longer, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Lador did me a favor, I guess. She donated $25, and I have to read something very long. So bear with me here. Vice is our broken boy, carrying the team with his charm. He's the light to our darkness, the one who will save the world from destruction. He will allow us to spread our wings once more, to soar the skies of Arcadia. He deserves the world, so everyone, let's give him the flag. Hope you enjoy my poem, Pengyy.
I did. Who was that from?
From Lador.
Oh, wonderful. I enjoyed that quite a lot.
That was really good.
And it's $25 that go to Vice Flag.
Oh, Vice Flag getting well and truly on the board now. A little bit.
We never know. We never know. The Vice Flag might just magically pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
or the Ica Flag.
There's another donation right after for $45 from Kuzu saying, Voice, voice, voice. Yeah, you might guess which flag this one goes to.
That's Fino, right? So there's 3 text options in this fight, and the correct option is always the second one. So you want to be very careful with mashing on this fight.
I see my brother in chat now saying Fina all the way. Yeah, that's I think the Kitty Crusaders are gonna pull through. Don't worry, we're gonna see that.
I think it was Maud who I was talking to the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, we had to have the flag bid war back."
Oh yeah.
It's gonna become the new. It's gonna become like save the animals, kill the animals for AGDQ.
It is. It's a good little 3-way bid board. I like that.
It's also very memey, so it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of the bid war, we got another donation. It's $120.
Whoa!
Woo! From Kratoth.
Whoa, Kratoth! Sup?
It's literally called the Delphinus, so there's only one correct option.
Yes!
Have a great run, Pengyy.
I love seeing the members of the Pengyy Patrol show up. Great. Had a fair few Pengyy Patrol donos so far. I appreciate you all. Y'all are wonderful.
And I would give you a quick update on the flag bid war right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have $315 going towards Fina's flag. Then we have 160 going towards Ica's flag, and 85 going towards Vice flag.
That's not bad. They're building up quite a bit.
It's a good start. It's a good start. But, you know, if you want to have a cat on your chip, or if you want to have the Jolly Roger, you need to get in those donations.
Agama was doing some fake propaganda earlier for the Ica flag. He was trying to get the weebs to donate by saying it was a catgirl flag.
I mean, it's not wrong. It's the kitty flag. You can't go wrong. It has a coin in its mouth and everything. It's great.
The guard. 2 more turns, guys. 2 more turns, and then we get to a bit of a fun fight. The Rupee and Barta fight.
Oh yeah.
in Hundo, the idea, this might not work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We want them to brutally murder Drachma to funnel as much XP into the other 3 as possible, because the added bonus of them killing Drachma, A, we just get a bunch of XP, and B, we never heal him again, so he just sits at 1 HP in every single fight, and we get to funnel more XP into them for the rest of the time that Drachma is a part of the party.
That's actually genius.
Yeah, that is
really
good. Yep, that's one of Mario Naharis' big routing contributions.
I like that. I like that. I guess it wouldn't really matter for the sense of spirit gain at that point.
Nope. Okay, everything's going pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like this fight's going real smooth now. And
well, the only thing that can happen is if we miss the main cannon, that kind of sucks. But in a marathon situation, I use 2 cannons just in case one of them misses. So if we miss both, then we'll have an extra turn, which kind of sucks. But card of you. You know what? We're actually going to use the repair kit last, just in case that happens. Just in case we have another turn in this fight.
not that this game has had any
easy. GG.
Any chance of ever just randomly, you know, being like, haha, joke's on you. Run's dead.
I mean, I hit the range on the Blackbeard, which is a very, very, very easy range to hit, but I also miss it all the time, so that was nice. Yeah. We only need one of those cannons to hit. The harpoon cannon should do 20. The low roll is 23,770. So we only need like 1,230 damage, and we did like 5k. So bye. Oh, apparently the low roll's 23,000. So that second hit actually mattered. That is an extremely low roll. Vi's might be a little under leveled since I haven't had that many fights, but it's fine.
What level are you?
I just hit 15. Off of that fight. Oh, I forgot to split there. Whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, we are 3 hours in.
So we're about 2 minutes ahead. We're about 2 minutes ahead. We're basically as ahead as we were on Rockworm. Both of those fights are auto-scrollers, so you really can't save time there. It's all just menuing.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that I no longer have my old splits. I had to remake them, so now I can go through and completely see my times just changing across the board.
That's nice. You should do a no reset. That's a good way to get some starting points.
That's the plan. Get back into the late game of everything.
Yep. Let me know when you do a run. Do a race.
Yeah, sure. It'll hopefully next week, if the latest the following.
I have a lot of trouble motivating myself to do a no reset if it's not a race. So whenever BMAO is like, I might do a run, I'm like, race me! I'm at a position now where, like, I'm grinding really hard for a 1044 because I want my PB to be faster than the old segmented run. My current record in any percent is 1052, and we've changed so much in the route since then. Like, I've added so many optimizations that, like, if I do a no reset, I'll probably record. But, like, the goal isn't record. The goal is 1044, so I keep resetting things that are, like, on bad pace, even though they're record pace.
You'll get that. You'll get that. I gotta hit my goal of sub 11. I gotta join the sub 11 crew.
Yeah, there was a long time where the sub 11 crew was lonely, but now I think we have 5 people in there.
Yeah, you guys are. There's a bunch of you up there.
Yep. We got Demon Smalls. We got Arcadia Legend. We've got Armstrong. I think does Mini have a sub 11? I think someone else has a sub 11. I think.
Currently, it's you, Demon, Arcadia, and Armstrong that have submitted on the board.
Okay.
High Spirits and Mini are close. They're at 1106 and 1116 after that.
Okay. Both of them are very capable of getting that kind of a time. Warriors.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Player ring.
And I'm assuming you're going to kill the ship along the way.
Yep. That's the plan. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. One of the side things we have to do is do 12 non-story ship battles. 4 of those are optional bosses. The other 8 are just us killing this guy over and over again. So every time we're in this area, we just pop by and boop him real quick. Boop his snoot.
I had no idea for the longest time that Electri was like casually playing this a long time ago. Electri hitting this just one-shots it pretty much.
I actually don't have... Oh my god, I don't have Electri. That's a problem. Okay, this is actually going to lose me some time here. Yeah, I think we're going to take this super safe since I didn't heal. We're just going to use Cristalli, I guess. Or Webley is probably better. Yeah, okay. This is not optimal. I'm not happy with this. But I guess what we'll have to do. I don't know if this 2-shot's in. Oh, well, we missed. So probably not. That really sucks. We're going to lose about a minute here. That really sucks. My bad. I thought I had Electri. Why do I not have Electri? I specifically went on yellow to get Electri, and I guess I just went off of yellow too quickly. Usually it only takes one fight. Ay. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. It'll be okay.
We'll get that up. Yeah, we'll get that in the next couple of fights anyway. Just have like 1 or 2 people on yellow in the next fight anyway.
Drachma might KO if I hit, but I don't know what the hit chance is. I don't really know this fight very well, except for that Electri kills him immediately. We don't need to know anything else about this fight, so I just don't.
You should.
That really sucks.
Yeah. You should be fine.
640 damage! Hell yeah! Oh, he's guarding again. I mean, it wouldn't have KO'd. Alright, that should put him in range for another Webley to kill. We're gonna stand and fight. Man, it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Was this the wrong play? Oh my god. I'm not thrilled about this. Oh, he's got like 10 HP! No! Alright. Oh god, that guard mattered. Sloppy. Well, I need Rupee and Barda to go well now.
Well, that fight thankfully is pretty consistent, so...
It's consistent time-wise. It's not consistent that they'll kill Drachma, so we need them to kill Drachma.
No, you do not steer during the ship battle.
You kind of do. Like, the text options kind of decide how the ship battle goes, steering-wise.
That's fair.
Alright, well, that's out of the way. We're just gonna forget that fight ever happened. Not happy with that. Really not happy with that. We didn't even get a drop off of it.
To make up for it a bit, may I read a donation?
Yes, please.
We've got $5 from Evangeline of Sky. Saying,
Ooh!
I sadly can't donate a whole lot, being unemployed and in debt, but what's one coffee when you can represent the best girl? $5 for Fina's flag.
Yes!
Also, don't worry about even like small donation amounts are a great help. And maybe we can get a $5 donation hype train started. Choo choo!
Yes, that'd be nice. I would be down for that. Alright, we're just gonna heal up a bunch here. We're gonna stop by... Oh, I don't need to actually poke it. Actually, while we're here, I might as well hit the Mystery Merchant since he's here. Go up to 14 Crystallis boxes. Cool.
Yeah, because you should have plenty of money at this point. And I'm assuming you're still buying the Pyro Bombs and all that.
Yeah, I can't do that yet. I have to do the Pyro Bombs after Rupee and Barda. But we're going to go into the weapons shop, and we're going to buy an Azraean Mail here. So, this is very, very important. These items are going to be helpful for this upcoming fight. We're going to buy 4 of them, but we're only going to equip 3. We need 4 of them for the late game, so since we're buying them, we might as well buy them all now. They're not that expensive. They're like 900 apiece. So,
I guess you could either pick it up here, or you could pick it up later, but I guess it makes more sense now to go ahead and pick it up now than...
Yeah, we actually used to pick them up even earlier. We used to pick them up before Perrin, because we wanted one for Fina. But then we realized she doesn't really need one for Rockworms. That's fine. Okay, so we got those. The Rupee and Barda fight gives us a ton of money because they drop a lot of money, and then also we get a 2,000 gold reward for beating them. So Buying the Crystallis boxes first makes sense because we want to be able to make... This is the Mystery Merchant also only has a 50% chance of being here. So he was there, might as well use him. But we don't have enough for the ship stuff yet, so we'll do that after this fight. Hello. Okay.
So 100% includes a bunch of different things. You have to get all the chests in the game. You have to get all the discoveries. You have to do all of the wanted battles. You have to get the 3 secrets, which involve the getting the weapon Skyfang, Golden Hamachow, and I can't remember the last one off the top of my head. And also fighting the secret boss after all said and done.
I'm just taking this one very, very carefully because I'm not super muscle memoried for this fight. Any damage on Drachma is good. You'll see me normal attacking with Drachma. That does less damage than dropping a box, but it opens up the possibility that he gets counterattacked, which does more damage to Drachma. And the reason why we have the Nazarene Mail is that we're not going to use Delta Shield on this fight, which we normally would in any percent, because we want Rupee to use Pyram, which will do insane damage to Drachma, but not to anyone else because of the Nazarene Mails.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't include the weapon drops or anything like that, but it does include all discoveries and getting the title Vice the Legend.
It basically includes everything that is tracked by the game for completion.
Yeah. There's another.
Nice.
The Elcian is one of the ones. I don't believe we fight Elcian.
Nope, that's not tracked. He's a repeatable fight, and he doesn't drop anything. Like, there's nothing unique about that fight, and you can do it over and over, so the game doesn't track it. So this is going to lead up to a big fight, a big move called Legendary Punch, which AI will normally target onto Drachma. It's not guaranteed, though. This Sacri kind of sucks. We really want them to be dealing as much damage out to Drachma as possible. Oh, I used box with him. That's a mistake. That's fine. He already got counterattacked once.
All right. Can I jump in here with a quick
Yeah.
donation?
Sure.
We've got $20 from Sigurd999 saying, "The Kitty Crusaders will rise again. Ike's flag is the best flag. End of discussion. Smiley face."
Truer words have never been spoken.
Wow, okay then, bro.
And we've got $10 from Mr. Puck saying, "The clearly correct choice. Here's to a good PB, maybe even a world record." And that $10 goes to Fina's flag.
Yes. We got really unlucky there. You saw him use Legendary Punch on Vise. Now, the Nazarene Mail also affects all enemies that are classed as red. That includes Barda. So Legendary Punch doesn't do that much to Vise because of the Nazarene Mail. But again, like, we want them to be massing damage onto Drachma, so it's a little bit unfortunate. It doesn't look like Drachma's gonna die here. Oh, Drill Nos is really bad as well. So this is gonna lower our defense and also our attack power on Vise. So we're gonna switch now, and we're just gonna go into mass Crystallis boxes. Except Drachma, who's gonna continue attacking.
Let's try this.
Whenever a debuff gets hit on your attack, that removes your own buff as well. So, like, it doesn't just cancel it out. It removes the buff and then also hits you with the debuff, which kind of sucks. He's confusing Fina now. He's not behaving. This is about as bad as this fight can go. Which is a little annoying, but at least it's not one that loses us a ton of time or anything. He's just not doing us any favors. A little unfortunate. Yes, Fina, deal damage to Drachma. Go. Good job.
How much did she hit for?
131. He's just spamming Panica. This is really annoying. This is actually going to lose us a fair bit of time. Really not what we were looking for here.
Here goes.
Unfortunate. Okay, so Aika hits Fina, which knocks her out of confusion, so there's that at least. The problem is that, like, now, in order for Drachma to die, he would need to be hit with, like, 2 Pyrums, and I'm pretty sure that he's gonna die this turn or next turn before he uses the second one, even if he uses one now. Little bit unfortunate, but it's okay. I never get this. Like, he never, like, Drachma never dies in my Hundo runs. Why are you spamming Panica so much? Ah!
He's playing really, really dirty. This
is very annoying. Your boy's not thrilled, Beamow.
You got plenty of time after this though. You'll be fine.
Drachma redeems himself by hitting for the death blow while confused. We'll take it, I guess. So getting the kill there or getting Drachma killed there gives you access to 8 SP going into the next area, which is amazing because then we can just spam Lambda Burst. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that, which kind of sucks. I really wish you could target your own allies in this game. It would make
that would be
funneling
really good.
A lot easier.
Yeah, but you did get some extra levels, a whole lot of extra money there, so that's definitely
not enough levels. Not enough levels. We don't have the extra spirit point. And actually, with that, we probably won't have the extra spirit point until after the next boss, which is unfortunate, because we would usually want it for both the next overworld area called South Ocean, and then also it's really good in the next dungeon called Moonstone Mountain.
There was. So the strat changes in 100% to using 3 Nazarene males and not bothering with it on Drachma, so they can funnel as much EXP into the other 3 characters as they can. Unfortunately, that boss was playing very, very dumb. So now they had to kind of just deal with what happens now. Makes South Ocean a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Everyone loves South Ocean.
Okay, I'm not gonna sell my magic droplets. I did last time, and it like wasn't a problem, but I could see a world where it becomes a problem, so we're not gonna do that. So that. We're selling a bunch of random stuff now. That's this.
Yeah,
not sell the captain's hat.
Oh God.
All right, let's see. We're gonna jump in here.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that was a thing either until this run, because I haven't done 100% in quite a while.
All right. So with all that done, we're gonna head out now. Gonna do some equipment shenaniganry.
What? Everyone loves South Ocean. South Ocean is a place with 0 RNG and works 100% of the time. Yeah. It doesn't have the ability to literally one-shot your entire team. Look, we don't talk about the death to Blackbeard 2. Nobody knows about that.
He's died on Blackbeard 2. What are you talking about?
There isn't a single runner, especially one commentating right now, that hasn't died to Blackbeard 2.
Yeah, the fight that is literally a joke. Like, it's literally meant to be a joke. Why would anyone ever die to that?
Yeah. God, who dies to that? Honestly.
West. Yeah, so a little bit unfortunate levels here, but not the end of the world. And onward we go. We're going to drop a little bit of a save right before we enter South Ocean, just because there is a possibility that we just game over here. It's a very, very slim possibility. But we're in a marathon, so we're going to prepare for anything. Now, I don't know what happened in the world record run, But I had that terrible fight against Rupi and Barda, and also that terrible fight against the ship, and I only lost 7 seconds. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but we take those. I should do this.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, can I jump in here real quick?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
We've got $50 from Windring Pilgrim saying, "It's so great that you're raising money for research into Alzheimer's disease. Good luck, have fun on the run, Pengyy, and put this money towards the best flag, Ica's flag."
Oh!
Kitty squad, race up!
No!
No!
All right, 2% for black map, bless up, and like 7-ish% chance for Sylvite ring, which is also nice. Not anywhere near as nice, but it's a nice consolation prize.
God, I remember the race we did not too long ago where I got 2 Sylvite rings in the same fight.
Nope.
Well, thankfully, you still have some time for that, so it's not the worst.
True.
Also, can I give a quick update on the totals for the flags?
Yeah,
Sure.
of course.
So, on rank 3 right now, we have Vice flag with $85. On rank 2, we have Ica's flag with $230.
Wow.
And currently leading is Fina's flag with $330.
Woo!
But that also means that Ica's flag is within $100 of Fina's flag, which is probably the closest it's got since for the last two and a half hours. Just saying.
I have faith. I have faith in the Kitty Crusaders. I think we got this.
Oh no. Okay, it's only 2 Gravers. Okay. So we've talked about like the instant death 50% spell. They just they're not attacking? Okay, we will take that, I guess. So these guys don't have the spell that is 50% accurate. Hold on, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Go back to yellow on Vice so that I can get access to there we go. So that I can get access to Electri later on. These guys do not have the 50% accurate instant death move. They have the 100% accurate instant death move. Which is great when you get back attacked by like 7 of them. Because it's also a lot more common for them to use that than to do anything else. So
I don't know what compelled them to pick that of all moves to give. And you think about it, like even in like a casual sense, this isn't very far into the game.
no, it's not. It's a very weird decision.
The only other thing that scares me more is 3 loopers in Shrine Island that back attack and immediately go into Pyre, and your game ends 30 minutes in.
Ooh, this is a big fight. Alright. Oh, this is a 7. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna prioritize just KOing these lads with the Pyre boxes. And we will drop a Delta Shield here because there's 4 chances for a turn S to get dropped. Red loopers are not dangerous at all. They either attack, which does nothing, they use magic, which does nothing, or they use Increm, which just buffs.
Here goes.
So double Pyre box is enough to KO the Gravers, which is
Yeah.
why I'm using 2 of them here. Also, we don't want the loopers to run, because we would like to be able to kill them. I feel like I should probably... I have the extra Moonberries. I feel like I probably should teach Rain of Swords, just in case we get back attacked again.
Probably. Might be good to just have it on hand.
These counterattacks are also bad if we get counterattacks here, because they're just extra animations. They don't actually kill any faster. Oh, one of them is guarding. That's really annoying. I'm not going to Delta Shield here, because with only one of them, the chance of him using a turn S is pretty low, and if we get super lucky, he'll use it on Drachma.
The dream.
Stellace box on you. I'm just going to spam for Stellace boxes.
Yeah, I myself didn't play through the original Dreamcast version. My brother did. I played through this version, and having played through several runs of this, like, just I hate this area with a passion. It either goes really good, or you're stuck here for like way more time than nobody wants.
Yeah, in any percent, it is very possible to lose like 6 minutes here.
Yeah.
Which is just a reset. All right, 3 chances at a black map coming up.
That was easy.
Go.
No, you did not.
Nope. 1 more fight should get us Electri on Ica. We're getting so many fights here. A good South Ocean will be 3 fights. Like, 3 fights is like a really good South Ocean. This is our 4th. Back attack, though, so that's nice. I guess we'll do this, and drop 2 Pyre boxes, and another box, sure. The upside is that at least we're getting fights with a lot of enemies.
Try this.
Because fights with like 4 enemies wouldn't go by any faster since I'm killing the Gravers with AoE anyway.
Yeah.
So at least we're getting a couple more for the kill count.
And the good thing too is like that EXP kind of gap that you wanted to cover is
Yeah, that's
slowly
actually
down.
not a bad point. The biggest idea, like, Lambda Burst here is nice, but it's much more important for the next dungeon. So if I can get to the next dungeon and have Lambda Burst, that is very nice. I'm super okay with that. 3 more chances at black map as well. You never heard me say no to that.
We did it.
Here we go.
Yeah, you'll have Electri soon too, which is going to be really good with this.
We got a Moonberry. Is
That's
not the same, but we'll take it. That's 3 extra Moonberries. We need 5 for the optimal Rick Talish fight.
Black Map does a bunch of things. For one, it increases the encounter rate, which is really nice. It prevents you from being able to get back attacked, which is also really good. I believe it also increases the back attack chance to enemies, if memory serves. But the best thing, the increase for just the encounters is really good, but it's extremely useful for Deserted Island.
We specifically need it for Deserted Island, like Beamout just said, and also the grinding section.
Yes.
So the minimum expectation is we want to have it before the grinding section. If we have it before the Deserted Island, that probably saves 2 minutes. But the grinding section is where we really need it. Now, the grinding section, we're just killing loopers. So if we don't have it, we should, in theory, get it pretty fast. But you'd rather have it going in than have to bless up.
I think the 100% run I did, I had like 20 something at one point. It was kind of ridiculous, and I didn't even fight loopers. I was just fighting somewhere around here, and then I think I switched to Lands of Ice.
Yep.
So like the whole thing changed.
I used to do that too. Lands of Ice is a weird one, right? Because like you get really good encounters there, but there's also some big boys that you don't want to run into.
Yeah, they're just having to run away from them. So it's like nope.
Okay, so we've gotten like 5 fights so far. The second half of this area has a lower encounter rate, and we're there now. So hopefully we get like 1 or 0 more fights, but it's been a very, very slow. We've trundled through this area very slowly.
Can I just take the time to remind everyone of our charity that we're collecting money for?
Absolutely.
And that is Alzheimerfonden. Alzheimerfonden's aim and purpose is to increase fundraising to the benefit of scientific research in order to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. And
you can jump in whenever you want, Agma. You are part of the commentary crew here. You are part of the family.
And yeah, for everyone who doesn't know what Alzheimer is a progressive disease where dementia symptoms gradually worsen over several years. In its early stages, memory loss is mild. But with late-stage Alzheimer's, individuals lose the ability to carry on a conversation and respond to their environment. It's a terrible disease, and with every donation you make, you can help fight it, and you can help people that have to live with it. So please get in your donations.
Whenever you hear me typing, half the time I'm actually fixing my notes. So my notes say Delta Shield against Gravers, and then I just realized in this fight, I need to have the... We need to use it against the birds as well, because they spam Slapara. So, adding a couple words to the 45-page notes document as we go.
It never hurts. It never hurts to have.
Yep. So we are officially out of South Ocean. We're now in Ixataka, and we're about to get to the place in the game with the absolute best music.
Yes. I see where you did that too. Where I can see right where you left off. It's like, all right, perfect.
Okay. We have Webless now as well. That's very, very good. I still need it on Vise. Vise uses Webless exactly once. I am realizing we need Webless for the next fight, and Vise doesn't have it yet. I can adapt for that one, though. The first chameleon is not the scary one. It's the second chameleon that you don't want to stray from the notes.
Yeah, no, that one... I think during... So we did a race, like a couple weeks ago, and it was... I didn't have Wevley, so my notes were... like my whole thing was messed up. I had to do a whole bunch of improvising. It was terrible.
Wait, were you using Webley in any percent?
No, apparently no. I was supposed to, and apparently like.
Okay, is that new?
I think so. I think I was using your notes, and then someone else was using Webley, and I didn't have it, and I was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I got really confused. It was a hot mess for me. I believe
you. But I don't remember adding Webley to my any percent notes.
Yeah,
I need to check. It's been a hot minute since I did any percent. I don't remember exactly what the strat is in any percent, but yeah. So we're not going to be using the super move at all. No harpoon cannon in the upcoming fight. We just hit him with the bombs and hit him with the blue magic. Gonna be good. Horteka's a weird place. We have to come back here later to recruit 2 crew members. So you'll notice. If you know the map, you might be thinking like, oh, we have to get all the chests. Why are you only getting half the chests? Because the other half are by the person that we're recruiting, and we're gonna get them later. A little bit of a...
Oh, we skipped that one entirely now. Like, for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get white map after Moonstone Mountain.
Ah, okay. Okay,
so
that's cool.
We're gonna pick up the. We are actually gonna pick up the Moonfish next to next to Tika Tika. We're just not gonna get the chest because that would lose us 2 seconds, B-Mal.
2 seconds adds up. Gotta save that 2 seconds. Let's see, at the Cham. Okay, yeah. All right. It's all pretty straightforward stuff for that one.
Yep. You're gonna need to keep an eye on the items in the next dungeon because Moonstone Mountain is an absolute nightmare in Hundo.
Yeah, I have that one ready to go. Not that I got lost in that dungeon like 4 or 5 times.
And you know what won't lose us 2 seconds, and what we can get right now?
What's that?
It's a $20 donation from username Niels.
Woo!
And it says, Ike's flag always amazes me. It amazes me how awful it is.
Yes!
Please, people, remember, last summer, don't let it happen again. And those $20 go to Fina's flag.
ESA Summer 2020, never forget.
Hey, look. We had the best flag. I believe we can do it again. I'm telling you. I do like the segue though. I will give it that. That hurt my feelings a little bit because Ika's flag is the best flag, but you know I'll let that one slide.
That was a very nice vamp, Agama. Well done.
Also, one thing, we're currently at $950 total that we raised. So we're in striking distance for the 1,000. So hey guys, come on, get in those donations. I mean, it doesn't have to be one $50 donation. It can also be 10 $5 donations, and then we will hit the first 1K.
Amazing. Y'all are doing great. You guys are doing almost as well as Agama is on the hosting.
Oh man, you're making me blush.
Alright, so we're gonna grab a Moonberry here. This is one of the moonberries that in any percent I would skip if I had the 3 moonberry drops. Because, as you can see, it takes a reasonably long time to get this one. It's about 40 seconds. And there's nothing else up here, so a bit of a waste of time in any percent. But in Hundo, we need to get it anyways. Other than this, we're just going to grab the moonfish by our boy, Tika Tika. And that's it. A little bit of shopping as well, and some plot advancement. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, this area is actually really quick once you kind of get the feel for it down.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, so it looks like you. Okay, I see now. It looks like Garpa fruits and everything you get before you do the chameleon fight.
Yeah, I mean, Garpa fruits is it helps to line up the wings of gold really nicely if you go for it there. Talking about some discoveries you guys will see.
Is there white map straps at any point for
we
discovery?
We will keep
finding?
white map equipped for the vast majority of the run. We won't use it to run away from stuff, but the reason why we grind in the specific place we grind is because it is the fastest place to get a large amount of kills. So while it is nice from a player perspective to have to grind for less time, because that's less time doing the boring thing, it is technically optimal for us to get to the grinding portion with as few kills as possible.
Uh-huh.
So correct me if I'm wrong on this one, because it's been a little while for me. You do 2 grinding sections.
Nope.
Just the one? Okay, you have it split into 2 though.
Do I?
No, I'm saying like your splits split into 2 for that.
Oh no, I have splits for every 500 enemy kills.
Oh.
It's just to give me the illusion of progress so that I can feel good about myself.
Oh, that is genius. Yeah, I can tell you right now, the first time we did, the first time, like when I got to the grinding section, that sucked.
It would have been like 21 hours into your route as well, right?
I think it was back then, yeah.
Oh, Jesus God. So like that's one of the best reasons about, like, one of the best things about moving it earlier is that, like, honestly, if you start the grind section like 15 hours into the run, that's really hard to stay awake.
Yeah. Then doing it at like 21 hours, I was struggling. Had chat not been there, I would have just been like passed out with controller in hand. But like, it was rough.
Yep.
I wasn't prepared, and yeah, everyone watching that day, I super appreciate that one, because I'm happy I was the first one to do it, but I wanted to rip my eyes out.
Hey guys, I got something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We just reached $1,000 donated from all these amazing people. And the one who brought us like over the edge was, who else? Username Niels. And he donated $50 saying, by the way, when did Skies get added to the schedule? I wasn't even gonna look at ESA today, since the first schedule started on Saturday the 13th. And yeah, you're right. Maybe because it's such a long game, it got added as like the pre-show. So here we are, already collecting money. It's great.
I was informed before the rest of the world was, and I was just like, all right, when are we telling people? Is it okay if I tell my stream?
Yeah, I had the same when I reached out for being like the nation reader for the start. I mean, then it was already announced, but I wasn't sure, you know. Hey, can I actually tell people what's going on? And we also got someone else who tried to snipe the 1,000, but it's still a $50 donation from Prof Ness. So thank you for that.
Very, very nice.
And the $50 goes towards using Blue Rogues, the incentive that we still have going, which is currently at $190 overall, from $750 that it needs. And also, that final Cupel Eats Ramirez incentive is currently at $140 from $750.
Very nice. Okay, so being on emulator, there is exactly one cutscene that is a little bit yikes. It is the upcoming cutscene. You're gonna hear. I think my mic picks up the mashing a little bit. You're gonna hear me stop because if you mash really hard through a specific part of this cutscene, you will soft lock the game. It is theoretically possible to do on console, but you have to mash so much faster that it's just like not. It is humanly possible. It's a side project of Armstrong's to try to soft lock it on console.
I may have to join him in that project, see if I can make it happen too.
He's also just like absurdly fast at mashing.
Oh my god, it drives me nuts.
He's a violinist, so he's like, yeah,
that
I do like violin.
explains a lot.
Yep. I'm gonna run to the restroom during this fight as well.
Okay.
The heads up, you're gonna be in charge.
Quick question. Is the same mashing portion also in the 80% run? Because I kind of remember that.
Yes.
Like, I think that was right at the beginning when I was jumping in the last time around. And the first thing I heard was like, oh, if I mash too fast, I'd softlock the game here. And I was like, oh yeah,
It's
nice
here,
start.
right
Yeah, this cutscene, no matter what, it's unavoidable. You have to do it. So if you're running the game for the first time or playing casually, maybe you just like mash too fast at a particular point for some reason. Don't this cutscene, don't do it. Just take your time, take it a little slow.
Yep. I'm gonna lose a lot of time here on record. Oh my god. So we're gonna skip the 4-hour update because of that South Ocean. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes after I put in the inputs.
Sure.
Take it away, B-Mao.
Yeah, this fight is actually really, really straightforward though, which is honestly kind of nice. And just make sure you follow the notes though, because they changed it. And before it was a little different, but now it's just pyro bomb, Webley's, pyro bomb. It's just you blow through this boss fight. Speaking of which, I need to pull something up while we're doing this. Where is...
All right, then I will take it over quickly.
Yep.
And if all the commentators and the runners are gone, then this is the perfect time for some donations. So if you have something that you want to have read on stream, if you want to support Alzheimer Fonden, or if you want to see a specific flag in the show, then please get in those donations and get them in quickly and now, and then I can read them right off the bat. Also, just to remind everyone, we have one big flag bid war, which was kind of the highlight of last summer's run, where we have 3 flags that compete to be used on our ship that we will get later on in the game. It's the Ica flag, which is a flag featuring a cat on it. We've got Fina flag, which has a dolphin on it. And we've got Weiss flag, which is a classic Jolly Roger, basically. And between these 3, you can choose, and the winner will get used on our ship. Then we also have the final Cupel Eats Ramirez, which is an incentive that we would need. It's a fun little thing that's happened, an animation. And we have Use Blue Rogues, which is a move to defeat a boss, which puts in a lot of characters and non-playable characters, which looks very cool. So if you want to see any of those things, get in those donations, please.
Remember, if anything, cat flag is the best flag. Always get the Ica flag. Anyone says otherwise, they're wrong. I promise.
I mean, we're on a Delphinus, I think the ship is called. So getting a dolphin flag would kind of make sense. And also,
it does.
We are sky pirates, you know? Why not just go for the classic Jolly Roger? I think they are way more valid than cats on a flag.
But at the same time, the cat does have gold coin, and pirates all about money. So you pick and choose. It's good.
This ain't Pokemon. We don't have like cats with money in here.
How much time did I lose there?
It wasn't much.
Like ish.
Probably like 10 seconds.
10 seconds, yeah.
Alright, that's unfortunate. That's the problem when we don't have any super moves. Bathroom break becomes shorter.
Yeah, Blue Rogues uses your entire active crew. So if you do it towards the say the last couple parts of the game, you you get a really fun super long animation for it.
All right. So, I don't remember. I was comparing to Mini Ratin's splits on my last run.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember if that was this Mini Ratin run or if it was his old one. So I'm not entirely sure what the next little bit's going to look like, time save, time loss wise. It looks like I have potential time save on the next split though, so we'll see how that goes. Got the last discovery.
Actually, the good thing too is we have plenty of time before the cat flags as well, or cat flag, the flags. There we go. My
Getting
brain
a little
went
ahead of yourself there, my
Yeah.
guy.
My brain went directly. It was just like cat and flag. Here we go. All right. Yeah, we got plenty of time. We have a good couple hours left before we actually even get to choose that. And
So-
nobody likes Alfonso.
Yeah. All right. So, in the last Mini Ratin run that I was comparing against, which I think were different splits, he had an absurd time save on Rick Talish, but I guess we'll find out. On the 5-hour update on the splits, we'll determine that. That should be right around the time that we finished the second Chameleon fight.
I'm normally not biased to a lot of things. However, the cat flag is one thing I am 100% biased towards. I always pick that. It is absolutely required. Oh God.
Bye. Up first. Floppy.
So we got a really fun dungeon coming up.
If you're
Really?
a casual player, it's like the worst dungeon in the game. It's so awful. There's a lot of parts about the dungeon that are just weird and not very fun. But if you know what you're doing, it's generally fine. Like the encounters are fine. Everything else is like fine. But
It's just
like
a mess.
the mini-map changes for some reason. Like it goes from normally mini-maps are top-down views. And for some reason like this one is like a side-on view where like for some reason like however high or low you are is like equal to your altitude. It's very weird. You'll see what I mean when we get in there. It's just a nightmare if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, these guys are a little bit scary. So we're just gonna drop a Delta Shield here. 7 kills is nice though. 6 kills
that's
is
not
nice,
bad.
though. 5 kills is nice though. 4 kills is okay, I guess. Okay, good. One of them's guarding, but he'll die to the second Pyre box.
Let's try this.
And potentially also you have a chance of getting another
Do these guys still drop Crystallis boxes?
I don't remember. I don't think I've ever seen them drop one.
I'm not sure. They might. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But we also need to keep Vizon blue till he has webless. That's the other thing. Did I get? Okay, I'll say. Did I get XNS Village? Oh.
Yeah, you were like right before it.
Okay, Moonstone Mountain. Let's go.
There are actually plenty of good segments to take like short little breaks. The ship battles in particular take a very long time when you have certain animations going. That with the changes that they've made now, they cut out a decent bit of them. But there's still a decent time to like grab a snack or grab whatever you need or run to the bathroom during ship battles, because those take a large portion of time when it comes to the animations.
Okay, we're entering the Moonstone Mines. We do not have enough SP for Lambda Burst just yet, which is a little bit of an oof, but we have 3 Pyre boxes, so that won't be too much of a problem.
Did I say changes to the game? I'm sorry, I meant changes to the run. My apologies.
There is one enemy here that spawns very, very rarely, but will force us to run away from things. We've only run 1 time so far. We're allowed approximately 25 runs over the course of the entire run. We want to save as many of those as possible for some of the later dungeons, specifically Dark Rift. No, not Dark Rift, sorry. Maw of Tardis and Mount Kazai specifically. So we don't want to be running this early if we don't have to.
Oh god, Maw of Tardis enemies.
Oh,
yeah.
Almost forgot the jam. Could have gotten that cham later if I really wanted to. We actually have to re-enter this dungeon after the fact in order to get a couple more items, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. Hundo things. Okay, first battle. What do we got? Oh, back attack. That's great.
Yeah, this dungeon in particular, the first time around, was, for 100%, was not fun. Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Oh, please be on Drachma. Yes! Kill him! Kill him! Yeah! There we go! Let's go! So I actually don't know if self-destruct counts as us killing that enemy, so I'm not going to count it towards our kill count.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know if it does.
So now we're going to be able to XP funnel the next boss very easily.
We did it!
Actually, I'd imagine you're probably going to level up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably
like...
survive most of the rest of the fights. Most of the random fights, but hopefully we get there reasonably quick. He does get revived at the beginning of every fight just with 1 HP.